Yo, yo, yo. Once again, we are back. This is Witness Messengers Podcast. Of course, I'm Mo.
I'm Mike.
And once again, man, we are in the building, man. This is Do Work Media Sundays. Of course, we got my good partner, my personal partner, the biggest player. We got Drew on the boards.
Big up, man.
I got to introduce you the right way, man. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, man, coming off this hiatus of this great-ass vacation in Panama, man.
How was I saw y'all was lit, man.
Yes, sir.
It was y'all did Panama and Miami.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Panama made Miami look like Myrtle Beach, man.
Wow.
Word. Dog.
Wow.
Word.
That's a statement with some weight on it, man.
Hey, listen, we got to Miami and was like, yo, we ain't even got it in
Hey,
us.
what's happening? Niggas staying in Trump for weeks, man.
Hey, all I'm
Shout
gonna
out to Sean, man.
Hey,
So Panama like that.
police, politicians, me trust none of them rude boy. Word, dog. Listen, that's all them boy crooks, man. That's all I can say, bro.
Yeah,
But
my
Panama
dog-
was fucking amazing.
We talk about that. After.
Yeah,
We talk
yes,
about that.
sir.
We
Yes,
talk about
sir.
that.
But nah, Panama was dope. If you guys never been to Panama or even thought about going to Panama, you need to reconsider. Miami trips, it ain't worth it, dog. You got to go.
Man, see,
Especially the
Beach.
fellas, man. Fellas, y'all got to go to Panama. It's bachelor party, whatever. Even if you just need to get away, dog, go to Panama. Like, truly. Like, you're going to come back. If you've been arguing with your lady, go to Panama. That's all I can say.
And I ain't gonna lie, if I argue with my lady, I go to Panama. I don't got a lady.
Big facts.
So, damn, you sold that trip, bro. You should, you know.
Yes,
your
sir.
thing, man.
Yes, sir.
But how you feeling, Mike? What's good?
Feeling good, man.
You know,
Preparing for this possible hurricane.
man, that shit ain't coming here, man. They said we supposed to be in heavy rain right now.
No, let me tell you. So let me tell you how funny meteorologist is. This is why I don't really don't fuck with
Yeah.
them like that. So it's Friday night, get up. I see the shit. I'm gonna talk about something. Yeah, this shit is gonna head west. They have all, the little models that they be having. That should be looking like noodles and shit.
Yeah.
And it should be like 15 different directions.
Mm-hmm.
So that shit Friday night said it was going westward. Until you go west, shoot up in between Georgia and Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I got my states wrong. Whatever's next to Georgia, supposed to shoot up there, right? Get up Saturday morning. Oh, it's gonna make a turn and hit right for the Carolina. Mind you, the shit ain't even hit Bahamas yet. So I'm like, what are y'all talking about, man? Like, y'all do this shit every
year.
season. The most effect we ever got was Matthew, and Matthew was just off the coast.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
We
Then
just got-
2017
yeah.
it was Irma, just got rain. 18 last year was Florence. They said that shit was supposed to hit directly on Charleston. Shit hit North Carolina. All we got was rain.
Yo, yeah, was
I'm
rain.
like, hey man, at least wait until at least get to the Bahamas and hit the coast of Florida, because you don't know what the storm is gonna do. Like, you don't know. So y'all went, they like complained y'all complete direction less than 24 hours.
Well, from what I've been seeing, the only thing that I saw from the storm, because I don't really been paying attention to it, but I did see that Tecklenburg, the mayor for Charleston, he did declare state of emergency
Yeah, he
for
did.
Charleston and
Shit,
surrounding.
the governor did.
Yeah, I saw that too, but I'm like, I'm just looking outside, like, well, and then I follow a few people on Instagram who actually in Miami right now, and that shit's sunny as hell down there.
No, that
so,
shit curving up on Miami. Now it's curving up on Miami.
So-
It's supposed to just hit like Orlando, Jacksonville,
Yeah.
and shit. So I don't know.
Dude,
My nigga, I'll tell you right now, if that shit is a 2, I'm staying.
Oh yeah,
I'm staying.
if it's a 3, I'm staying. Honestly, like,
I don't know. I might not fuck with those.
man, listen,
I'm
I'm a
They say
Hugo.
that shit is a 5 right now.
I'm a Hugo baby, man. Like, none of this shit really fazed me, bro. Like, for real. Like, not to sound cocky in no ways, but my mom told me I slept through Hugo, bro. Like, I was built for this. So let's get into the show, man.
Yes, sir.
More. I'm guessing more details is coming out from this whole Jay-Z and NFL situation. Let's get into this, Mike. What's going on, bro?
All right, so today the NFL and Rock Nation announced the launch of Inspired Change Apparel and Songs of the Season as part of their new partnership. Inspired Change Apparel, a new social enterprise model, will fund and support Inspired Change programs across the country. Proceeds from this venture will support organizations committed to key priorities of Inspired Change: education and economic empowerment, police and community relations, and criminal justice reform. The Inspired Change apparel line designed by artists will be available later in the 2019 season. So how we feel about that, fellas?
I don't know what to feel, man. I kind of called all this shit happening. I don't.
Do you have an issue with the line?
I mean, I don't got an issue with it because I knew this was coming. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm not. None of it surprises me. I honestly don't know what to say about it. Like I've been seeing like a lot of people like weighing it on Twitter or whatnot. Me and Reggie was talking about this shit for a long time yesterday, and like we just had like a real long conversation about it, and like I just feel like it's a lot of hands in on everything. Like it's just a lot going on. This not even nothing to do with Jay-Z. Jay-Z do have something a lot to do with the conversation we have, but just overall, like back from Colin up to like now, it's just like it's a lot that's been going on. So it's like I just don't. I'm at a point where it's like I'm back to where my original stance was on this whole thing. When I said on here like a long time ago, I was like, nothing really gonna change, like for the NFL period. Like as far as like the players, cause I just saw where the Kenny Stills like he got traded or whatnot. So I'm like, and I directly correlate that with
I saw you tweet yesterday. You said the players shouldn't play.
Yeah, I directly correlated that with his fallout with Stephen Ross or his coach or whatnot. So I mean, I might be a conspiracy theorist for that.
Why you feel the players shouldn't play?
Because it all comes back to the players. They got the power. When it comes down to it, like when we talking about like, all us can, like say what we want to say about whoever getting involved in this. Oh, he doing it for a check. Oh, he shouldn't have did this or did that. It comes down to these players, bro. These players these players got the power when it comes down to making these owners and these teams money. So when it comes down to it, the only way that shit's really going to change within the league, as far as like these players getting handled a certain way for their beliefs, they gotta stop. They gotta put their foot down. Like we not playing or we not doing such and such, and shit gonna change from there. That's just my opinion on it. I don't. As far as the Jay-Z shit, I don't really. I said what I said about this shit. I don't. This shit just. I don't even know what to say. Like you know what I'm saying. Like this shit just got me. I don't know, man. This gonna be an interesting season. Honestly, this shit just got me baffled, bro.
So you're just not buying the apparel line, and you're not buying that whole.
I don't know.
Proceeds going to the.
I don't know. I really do not know what anybody's intentions are in this shit no more. Cause remember, like even when like we talked about this, like in amongst ourselves, like even like when it came out that Colin settled or whatnot, like my main thing was like like the non-disclosure shit always going to be a major like red flag for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I something I always was conflicted with. I mean, people can say what they want to say. I'm just like, bro, like I'm not signing a non-disclosure on anything that was owed to me. Like the collusion case was due to lost wages that you felt like you were owed based on your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you weren't able to get a job because of your beliefs. So I'm not signing a non-disclosure on anything that was owed to me, period. So that was always, my whole thing. Like people say, well, yeah, he did settle, but he's been doing this and doing that. I'm not even in me bringing up Colin now. I'm not putting Colin against Jay-Z because that's like the main thing that's going on.
Yeah,
I'm not
the biggest thing going
I'm
on.
not doing that. I'm not even on that. I got my quarrels with both parties. I don't really,
You just sitting back and watching.
Yeah, at this point, that's my point of view. All I can do is just sit back and really just take this shit in as it happens. But that's just where I'm at with that shit, bro. Like on some real shit. Like,
well, just speaking on the details aspect of it, I don't have an issue with the apparel line. I went ahead and did the concert. That's just me personally. I don't have an issue with the concert, but I went ahead and did the concert. The apparel line, I don't see nothing wrong with the apparel line. Like plenty of people roll out apparel and donate proceeds to movements, and that's probably one of the most common things that be going on. Like, so I really don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with that. Like, I seen people on Twitter they had their tweets ready. They was rolling out, and it was just like,
Oh, niggas was going in, bro.
So closing songs is supposed to help the cause, and I'm like, well, I guess everybody just leapfrog where the proceeds are supposed to go at. And my question would be, because I'm to the point now, like, as far as like Twitter, I'm not even engaging with that shit on Twitter no more, because niggas' minds is already made up. So it's like, what do you want him to do? So when Kaepernick made his jerseys, he donated 30% of proceeds to charities. Nobody said nothing. I actually tried to get one of those jerseys, and the shit was sold out.
Some of that black one?
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody said nothing. So that'd be my thing. So y'all highlighting these songs and apparel, but nobody said nothing when Colin Kaepernick did it with the jersey.
The NFL still sell Colin Kaepernick merch.
Yeah. So
to this day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and actually, and this is the slick thing of it. So when I went to go try to buy it that same day, right? So they show you the billing address, right?
Mm-hmm.
The billing address is in Beavertown, Oregon.
Yeah, Nike.
But it don't say Nike. You see what I'm saying? But what else could be out there?
It's only Nike out there.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I'm like, hold on. So y'all know Cap made these jerseys. Y'all know proceeds went to charity. But when Hove do it, it's like, oh, how is this gonna, like, dog? Just tell me what y'all really upset about, and then I could go from there. And I ain't gonna argue. I just want you to tell me what you really upset about. I just see like now it seems like people just want to find a reason to be mad. And like I said, I don't have an issue with. Like I said, I would have did the concert or whatever. Like, I kind of had a feeling though with kickoff week, because they always do a concert for kickoff weekend. I kind of felt like he probably would have had a hand in that shit. But me personally, I would have saved that. I would have did that. But I don't have an issue with the apparel line and proceeds. Like, my biggest thing that stood out to me was the economics and education part. Like, that's the most important thing. Like, reform is important. Like, what else it has said? Police and community thank you, relations. But the most important thing that stands out to me is the education and economic empowerment. Like, if we don't have that, then everything else is like for the birds, to be honest with you. So I'm just interested to see, and it's across the whole country too, so I'm just interested to see how that whole program,
how that trickled down.
Yeah, how that trickles down. So I ain't mad at it.
I ain't really been seeing, like, I did see people killing him for the apparel, but I've been seeing more comments about, because it's this page called Resist Programming, and they just posted like this panel.
Oh yeah, I watched that video. Let's talk about it.
They posted a panel of what Hove talking about.
Yeah, back in January.
Talking about police interaction, and he basically, from what he was saying, it's one quote that everybody they speaking about him talking about single parent kids that come from single parent households. They naturally have an adverse reaction to police, and
which I don't agree with.
And a lot of people been killing them for that, because it's like, bro, like, for the most part, you come from a single parent household, like, you know better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the reason why people getting killed from the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, people getting killed from the police because either these police aren't trained properly, or they racist, and that's just that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come from a single parent household, and I never felt like, me running into police because I came from a single parent household. Like, any interaction with the police was, going to go left because my mom raised me by herself. No, it came from, police pulling me over and purposely trying to find some bullshit on me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it came from. Like, it ain't came from, my mom busting her ass to raise me on her own. So, like, when I saw that, I was like, bro, like, what is that? What did that even mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like
I felt like he didn't know what he was talking about in that
situation.
Yeah,
like, at this.
And number two, I felt like he was taking whatever he experienced growing up and apply that to everybody. Because like you said, and I grew up in a single parent household. I never had a problem with authority.
And it's hundreds of thousands of people who feel like that. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
I can understand people going in on him about those comments.
It's like, I don't know, man. He might even in me, like, feeling the way about that. He might have pure intentions, like how he said from the jump. But at some point, you just gotta stop talking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's why I say, like, a lot of the times, like, people can't look. Like, you have people who, like, if you're gonna have these celebrities, like, are you looking to them to be these superheroes, or are you just appreciating them for their art? If they step their foot into these waters, I expect them to be responsible with their platform. At the same time, too, I'm not looking for them to do that. Like, you have other people who can fill those positions. I'm not looking for an athlete or a rapper to do these things. I felt like he wasn't really. I just felt like he was attaching his personal experience on the matter and applying it to everybody, which I said, like, I don't agree with that shit. Sounding crazy, but it's just like, at the end of the day, like, what's gonna be the end goal of all of this shit, and that's how I look at it. And I think that was from what, January.
Yeah, that was from January, and that's surprising that that's just coming out now.
I take it like how Kanye, when he went to the White House and was just saying stupid shit. It was just like, it gets to a point where you just need to stop talking.
Yeah, and see, even with that, like how I said, like, people putting Colin and Jay against each other, just like how people was putting like Hove and Jay against each other, because a lot of people was like, y'all ain't give Kanye this type of pass y'all giving Jay-Z. I'm not even on that type of shit. Like, niggas did kill Kanye for what, for him, wearing the hat, going to talk to Trump. I don't really care about none of that shit. I don't care if niggas want to compare these situations, and that's you.
You seen niggas comparing those situations?
I've seen people comparing. I had a few people hit me up and like, niggas kind of giving Hov a pass for saying that shit because, Kanye wasn't afforded this luxury of, people not killing him for, him talking to Trump. And I'm like,
I definitely seen niggas killing Hov for this shit.
Yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying. I can't say that nobody's killing Hov because I follow a lot of people who going in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, a lot of people with platforms too.
A lot of people with platforms, they going in. So I can't really say, I guess people probably feeling like they want the actual fans of this man to say something, and that's another argument because that's you if you want to feel that way. But I ain't expecting none of that shit. At the end of the day, I'm at a point. I'm not putting these people against each other, bro. Like, these people all doing their own separate thing.
That's what that's what I said last week.
It is what it is,
bro.
Like,
and I just said, I was like, everybody has their own ways of doing things. You see what I'm saying? Like, of course I don't agree with that shit that he said on the panel about, nah, dog, like, we not getting killed because I was raised by a single mother. You see what I'm saying? Like, that part I don't agree with. But it's like, again, like, I'm not going to throw the man to the wolves. Just like with the Kanye shit I said, I was like, he had hands in Kim, doing her prison reform, releasing people. I salute him for that. He said some dumb shit going up there, but I ain't going to kill a nigga. So at the end of the day, like, what's the bigger picture? At the end, if they still putting in work, then what's really the problem? That's how I look at it. Like, that Kanye shit, that shit is over and done with now. Like,
and honestly, like,
move forward. Like, he's never doing shit. His wife doing shit. And that's how I look at it. I'm not about to sit up here and be like, oh, Kaepernick and oh, Hov and how he. And I feel like another trend, and I am going to speak on this shit because what I have seen too is, it seems like to me the whole movement has changed now. So now to me it looks like if Colin is not involved with anything doing to NFL,
it's a problem.
It's a problem. Mm-hmm. And no disrespect to Colin Kaepernick, but let me be very clear. He is not the gatekeeper of this shit. Point blank, period. He's not the gatekeeper.
I think
he spoke on a matter that everybody has gone through, and he brought light to it. But he is not the person that I have to go to make any moves, or anybody has to go through to make any moves.
I think that's where people kind of got it misconstrued.
Yeah,
like they feel like they, like you said, like they feel like he's the gatekeeper of this situation, and I get how people can feel like he's very important to it because
I feel like if he has a job, nobody would be talking. So attach that with him being people thinking he's a gatekeeper and with him not having a job. So it's like, okay, if he would have a job, would we even be having this conversation?
Right.
I feel like the meaning has shifted to him having a job before you could do anything else.
Right.
And it's like at the same time, you can't have it both ways. You can't settle, still want to play, and then his supporters complain about how he don't have a job and other people are doing stuff with the NFL. That does not work like that. I could get it if you don't want, if if you like completely going against him. But you said you don't have a beef with the NFL. So why are people who are in your corner or your supporters have this notion that nobody else can do business with the NFL, yet you still want to play for them?
I don't see the issue with the settlement. My whole thing is when you sign,
And I don't have an issue with the settlement either. I
When
don't have a
you-
problem with the NDA. I
Like,
can see
no,
why you have an issue with the NDA, though.
it's a problem when for one.
It's
for
money
one,
that
all
you're
these-
owed.
All these money, all this months that's gone by, and like you said, it's people from your corner speaking out, but you don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? You haven't said anything. You post these cryptic messages on Twitter,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, I get what you're saying. So it's like it's obvious. It has to be something in this paperwork that states that you can't speak directly about this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my I'm standing on that, bro. It gotta be something in this agreement to where it's like, yo, you can't speak directly about this shit or anything that's going on related to the league. You know, in terms of, you know, the efforts that's going to be going on as far as, you know, our PR. And that's how I feel, like, because there's no way in hell, you know, all these months go by, because what he settled like right before Super Bowl, right? Like January, like
February,
January,
somewhere
February.
in there.
So yeah, so it's like we going into September now, and it's like you haven't said shit. Period. Like we don't. That's another thing that
Say something. I know
that's
you
what
can
I'm
say
saying,
something,
like,
nigga.
That's
like,
what
goddamn.
causes confusion about everything. Is
And
like
that's where the
you
pitting comes in at.
You got. That's what I'm saying. It leaves too much room for like unnecessary shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when everybody feeling like
And there's people amongst us like going against, like, you got like Marcellus Wiley on this side.
right.
You got Jamil Hill on this side. You see what I'm saying? You got like either people who not really on it. Like you got Freddie Gibbs saying "fuck Colin Kaepernick." I'm on whole side. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like the
it
shit
creates-
get corny. Like
it's
this shit
getting
is
corny.
This
And
shit
it's
is
like,
corny.
The pitting does nothing. Pitting against each other does nothing. And to me, if Colin Kaepernick is on that stance, he has a right to feel whatever way he does. But what is that helping at the end of the day? Let's say you don't agree with Hov. Let's hypothetically speaking, you don't agree. Let's just say we're going out of the limb. Outside looking in, his girl is speaking, his boy is speaking. Let's just say he agree with them, right? So at the end of the day, what is the solution if everybody is doing one thing to try to get the one goal? If y'all gonna shun Jay and have this notion, like, what is that doing? That's all I want to know. What, like, how is that helping the situation?
I mean,
Everybody's putting money towards prison reform, community outreach, economics, education. All of y'all are doing the same shit. So what are we really mad about? That's what I want to know. That's my
Some
number
people-
one answer.
People might just feel like, you know, people not doing it with the intentions that they have.
And that's the
doing it.
thing, like, feeling.
So
But if
it's
I
like-
see money going into economics and education and prison reform and all this shit, like, from both parties, what am I to be mad at?
That's the thing. Like we hear the money going, but that's the thing. Like you said, like you gotta
So you
actually see what's going on.
Do you?
So
All right, so let me ask you this: Do you believe the proceeds are gonna go towards these programs?
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I only thing I can do is actually wait and see what's happening. Just like remember when we talked about what when Kanye was saying he wanted to do all these scholarships and programs and shit like that, and you said, I'm gonna just sit back and see what's going on. Eventually, we started seeing, you know, reports of Kanye actually having an internship program at the Yeezy company. We started seeing that he's, you know, doing the affordable. He wanted to do like the affordable housing program. He was going to like start like building. Like we start seeing certain things. So like at some point, like niggas just gotta actually like wait and see what happens before you actually come down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm past the whole money argument too. Is like getting money and everybody's getting money. Everybody's getting money. I'm not even addressing that shit no more. Like everybody already has their pre-notions of what's gonna happen, and that's all good and well. But we still have to wait and see what happens. In my opinion, I think the money will go there. I don't see no reason for it not to. And then based off of just prison reform itself, like I seen results from that happen. So like I said, man, I just feel like a lot of it is between people finding like a reason to pit these two against each other and just make the movement about Colin not having a job versus the real issue. And I feel like if Colin was playing in the NFL right now, which he still wants to do, I don't think a lot of this shit would be going on. Because another thing too, I saw Chris Long the other day. He was talking as somebody who, as a white man, who's been really like supportive in the whole movement. No, he's part of the Players Coalition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one that Eric Reed went against and everything. And that was another thing. It was like, okay, Colin wasn't included, and like, dog. At the end of the day, like, if the man is not included and they're still putting work into these communities, like you see work, like the Players Coalition has put real work into the communities, regardless of how you might feel about Malcolm Jenkins or whatever. Real work has been being put in. So to me, it sounds like it's a personal issue you might have with that man.
Yeah, they feel like Malcolm Jenkins is a sellout. That they've been on record saying that.
And so when I watched Chris Long interview, he was like, "Well, I'm not gonna do this picking sides. Like, I support Eric Reed and I also support Malcolm Jenkins. Like, me being part of Players Coalition, like we've put in work into these communities just as much as Eric and Colin, and I support both parties. So like, I'm not really that was just a gist of his whole interview when he was talking about it.
Right.
And it was just like, dog, that's what it's about at the end of the day. Like, if Eric Reed, he's on the inside, like I said, and he's playing, you know what I'm saying? So if you keep saying you don't have a beef with the NFL, why is it such an issue when people are doing work with the NFL? You say your number one problem with the NFL was they colluded against Colin to keep him out of the NFL. Our protest didn't start and begin with having a issue with the NFL. So why do you have an issue with people who choose to work with the NFL? You had an issue with the Players Coalition. You now have a problem with Jay-Z. What is all of this solving at the end of the day? That's all I want to know.
I mean, I think what Eric's kind of standpoint is like, well, basically kind of like my standpoint is like, for y'all to say that y'all want to combat social injustice, y'all ain't really solved like the racism within y'all organization. Like that's always been my standpoint, and I kind of feel like that's kind of what Eric is. So it's like,
so do we have to? All right, so let me ask you. So with the platform that the NFL has, right? So the NFL then stop the Inspire Change movement and get rid of every racist person within the organization before they address any social issues.
I mean,
that's what I want to know, because that seemed like that has to be the solution.
The Inspire Change didn't happen until the Colin shit, all the Colin shit came to a full head. So it's like he was already not playing when this happened. So
you feel like they just doing it just to save face. But my thing is like, that sounds like what he's saying. They just doing it to save face. At the end of the day, Players Coalition has put in work within the communities. So my question is, what should be done next? If I've seen results of these things being done in the community from the Players Coalition,
right,
what is the problem?
I mean, the problem is you still got players being punished, so to say.
To me, that's a separate issue.
I mean, because that's all right, and that's a separate issue that's not been fully resolved within the league. Like the Kenny Stills dude, he just like that's like there's no way you gonna tell me that this man got traded because
I said that yesterday.
Like come on, bro. Like that's exactly what Eric Reed and Colin Kaepernick were speaking against.
All right, then
how do the NFL like what dog do the NFL got in any other fight when they still haven't swept their own porch?
I feel like everybody in the NFL, as far as all owners, all 32 owners are not on the same page. I honestly believe that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You have some owners who are pro.
Because my bad, I mean cut you off. Because even remember when like niggas was going in on the Texans owner and before he died. Like people were going in on him too. Like he referred to them as prisoners.
Yeah. Some crazy shit he said.
No, he did say that. He said he referred to them as like his organization as a jail. Like
we got to keep him in line and shit.
Yeah, keep him in line. So it's like he's not the only one that mirrors those images, bro.
Yeah. And like I said, this is not going to be an overnight thing. And I'm just strictly talking about the NFL's issues. It's not going to be an overnight thing. You have some owners who are pro what we're fighting against. You have some who are just sitting back like, hey, it is what it is. But my whole thing is like, at the end of the day, the NFL is not just a makeup of one person. It's a makeup of a whole bunch of different owners. You see what I'm saying? So my whole thing is like, do you want them to stop what they're doing in community and address their issues first? That would be my question to Eric Reed. That would be my question. Because if work is getting done, then you can still address that separately. I'm not saying you have to undermine that, but you can still address that. But why you can't do both?
Right.
That's why you can't do both. If you have players in a player coalition who are doing work within the communities, but your biggest thing is, well, the NFL is just dog. What's done is done, and that'd be my thing at the end. What's set in stone is what's set in stone. The Players Coalition started in 2017. Here we are, 2019. Work has been done. I salute them, and it's just like at the end of the day, you can't devalue work that's being done within the community from anybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, if Eric Reed's problems and issues, I still support him. Whatever his issue is, I don't have nothing against Eric Reed, but it seemed like the only issue I have is the pitting against each other, and that's the only thing I don't like. At the end of the day, everybody's still trying to do and work and get to the same end goal.
Yeah, like I said, man, like,
And these players still gonna play. Let's not get it fucked up.
yeah, and
they have families.
That's
that
what
they
this
have to
all
take care
comes
of
down
at
to.
the
Like,
end of
these
the day.
players,
These niggas is not gonna stop playing.
the players are the ones that hold the most power in the situation. So when the players still feeling like, you know, they still gotta support their people, like how you just said, and they still got this and that going on. Cause
I'm not mad at that.
They, you know,
I remember a couple years ago, David Banner said that. David Banner said if the players really want to make a stance, don't play.
Cause Reggie brought up a good point. He was like, you know, what's really stopping these players from stop playing? Cause they don't want
Their
to
families.
They don't want to go back to a certain lifestyle,
Yeah.
or they don't want to, you know.
They don't want their mama to go back to working 2-3 jobs.
Yeah, they feel like, you know, they above like working like me and you. And like when he said that, I was like, bruh, like you kind of right. Like what is really, cause you know, like I've said it on here before, like, you know, like I when I was coming up, like I saw, you know, I wasn't like born in that age, but like I did a lot of research on Muhammad Ali. Like this man stepped away in the prime of his career. Like I'm not saying everyone's cut from that cloth to want to do that.
Not.
But that man stepped away in the prime years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when he came back, like he was still who he was, but he wasn't prime Ali no more.
All right, so let me ask you this: do you have a problem with a player who choosing not to play right now that you have that belief?
The belief of what?
Do you still have it? You saying that players shouldn't play if they really want to?
And I feel like in this situation with the NFL, because this is
All right, so do you have an issue with players who still choose to play?
no, I that's what I'm saying. I can't be mad if I can't be mad. That's one thing. I'm not going to compare everybody to the measuring stick of Muhammad Ali. Everybody's not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And I don't think that's a problem.
That's not a problem. I'm not gonna hold nobody out because I feel like you should step away like Ali did. I commend Ali for that, but I'm not gonna like condemn everybody else for not being cut like that. I can't do that.
I agree with that.
So that's just where I'm at with that. I just felt like that was probably the most stand up thing that someone has done,
Especially coming from an athlete at the time. And I think with that, I think us as a people got spoiled with Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, we really did.
So when him as an athlete took that stance, it was like, okay, every athlete has an obligation to kind of do what Muhammad Ali does, and everybody's not going to do that.
Like, I don't think people really understand, like, this nigga, I don't mean to refer to him as that, but Ali walked away from the sport in the prime of his career, and he went AWOL on the Army. Yeah. So it's like,
he said, I don't have an issue with them.
yeah. And basically,
That's
like,
basically
you know,
what it was
y'all
at the
either gonna lock me up because I'm not fighting y'all war, and I'm gonna put up my financial gain too. And at the height of my skill set.
And came back and didn't lose a step. And I commend that. And at the same time, too, I'm not mad at a player who still chooses to play and do change in the community.
Right.
Colin Kaepernick is doing the exact same thing. He didn't choose to step away from football. He lost his job because he made a stand. You see what I'm saying? But he still would have been playing and still putting work within the community.
Right. If he was still playing. Right.
I commend both. So, like, you know, if players want to take a stance and don't play, I commend it. If you still choose to play and want to put work in the communities, I commend that too.
Right.
Like I said, everybody has their own. I don't think it devalues them as a person and how they feel about the people. You see what I'm saying? I feel like it's ill when you do some shit you say you ain't gonna do.
Yeah.
That's when I have a problem.
That's when shit looks funny to me.
If you say you gonna put,
Because all we can do is hold people to their word. So
yeah,
like,
if you're gonna put work, if you say you're gonna take these proceeds and you're gonna put them in these programs and you don't do it, I have a problem. That's it. So, like I said, we just gonna have to wait to see how this shit roll out. Like I said, I don't have an issue with the apparel. I'm interested to see how these songs are gonna be though. And speaking of that though, because Pusha T just launched a song to jumpstart his campaign for the 3 strikes law, to go against the 3 strikes law. You heard the song?
Yeah, he was. Is that for like complete legislation, or is that just for like Virginia?
No, I think it's for it's for all states, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, that's major too.
Yeah,
That's
so
major
like
too.
if for him, like, and that's another thing. I don't have a problem with people rolling out whatever they choose to do, like with a campaign. Like Pusha chose to do a song, like the song dope. You see what I'm saying? Like he said in his caption, he said it's deeper than the song, it's a movement.
Yeah, I mean,
you see what I'm saying? So like
Pusha T actually do like panels and shit like that, like speaking against like the three strikes rule.
I remember in 2016, like when he campaigned with Hillary, whatever, he had the don't something with the Twitter shit. Some start with the Twitter shit, and that had something to do along with like reform and all that shit like that. So like I remember when he did that in 2016. So like he always been like frontline with shit like that. So
it's one brother that he works with in I want to say it's in the DMV area. I feel bad because I forgot his name, but like
let me actually pull the shit up.
He actually does like a lot of speaking out against like trying to help the youth from going down that path. So I mean. For one, I'll say Pusha T has been consistent. All right, yeah,
so he said, this is more than a song, it's a movement. We are doing everything in our power to bring home men and women trapped behind the wall due to an outdated 3 strikes drug law. Check out the thirdstrikecampaign.com, coming home to support and learn about this campaign. I'm just trying to figure out how the hell he got Lauryn Hill to get on that song.
he asked her in 2017, that's why.
I know one thing. He better not try to perform that shit live because she ain't coming.
Oh yeah, that's a dud. That's a dud.
She definitely ain't coming.
We just gotta appreciate them streams. So
Yeah, but salute to him for doing that.
So moving on, we're gonna get into New York decriminalizing marijuana. I did see that they're not punishing. Well, you get a ticket if it's over 2 ounces.
You can get this, of course, it's stipulations and everything. Right. So you can still get cited for a certain amount, but I don't know how much.
It's 2 ounces, and then it's they don't really care if it's an ounce and below.
But as far as like everything else, like you're good. Yeah, you're good to go. So I mean, that's a major step though. Especially, I did not expect New York to be one of the first places to do that shit. Especially with how strict they are with crime, period. And you know how they always be trying to attach like drugs with crime and all kind of bullshit like that. So to see them, do that with marijuana was a huge step. I'm glad to see that.
It makes sense, man. It's New York, man. Like New York.
I just expect them to be one of the first states.
Yeah.
I expected like Cali, Denver.
Like New York is like when
that.
I think about like just like major hubs, like just the cities, period. Like it's New York, California, Texas, and then
Houston, Atlanta. Yeah,
just go from there. So it's like it makes sense. Like it's good to see like states and cities on the East Coast start to get more progressive with this now. So hopefully that'll trickle down to like more southern states. Didn't Georgia do something like this too recently? Yeah, Georgia. I meant to talk about it. We didn't record last week, but yeah, I think Georgia did something like this last week too. So if I'm not mistaken, Georgia did do a decriminalization too. But yeah, salute to New York and everybody. Niggas can move around how they want to move. I walk around with them onions on them. I know I would if I was up there.
Marijuana decriminalization push rolls into another metro Atlanta city. Yeah. So, DeKalb County made history with the most liberal marijuana enforcement policy in state. Since then, several more. Let me keep scrolling. Eliminating the possibility of jail time and severely reducing the fine for possessing 1 ounce or less of weed.
Right. I mean, that's a step. That's a step towards
that's a step.
So
that's a step.
Shout out to them too, man.
I remember few years ago. Well, when they first decriminalized part of I think Atlanta, it was a kid. They threw like a house party, like trying to like top that movie with the house party. What was that called?
Project X.
Yeah, they tried to capitalize, like do something like
Mm-hmm.
that. They locked up.
Wasn't that the one that was the movie that was shot just strictly on a
Yeah,
camera?
it was
and
like a
shit?
first person type thing.
They locked up an
That
ass
was
of
like
kids.
09,
And
innit?
they were
08?
they were like 4 miles away. If they were 4 miles that way, like up,
Oh, they was like in the
They
zone.
would have been in the
yeah,
zone.
they would have been straight.
Basically on some The Wire type shit.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
free zone.
Yeah, that shit was
Amsterdam.
crazy though. Like they got bagged for like a lot of fucking weed.
That was
Yeah.
a crazy movie. I remember when I saw the previews for that shit, I'm like, dog, this shit really about to come out? Like, that shit was crazy.
Man, I was doing that year like in 08 throwing house parties like
Yeah, that movie came out like 2009, 2010.
But you know, like, it's crazy because, you know, certain countries in the world, like, weed, you can't get locked up for weed, period.
They don't care about it
They don't care about it.
at
Like,
all.
Yeah, like we the only place that like, you know,
strict laws.
strict laws on marijuana. Like a lot, like you said, like people don't care about weed other places.
Dog, it's crazy. I think within time, though, I'm starting to see more of a change. Like, they'll start to realize how much of it is a benefit to people than it is harm. Like, especially when you got former players who deal with, like, mental issues and shit like that, who go, you have doctors who prescribe this shit to cancer patients. You see what I'm saying? So
I think CBD had a lot to do with that too. I think CBD. People say what they want to say about it, and like you know, it's not real weed.
I want to see I want to see the shit go into play, and I'm not even a weed smoker, but I want to see that law be passed.
Yeah, like
there
and
should
that's
be
the
no
thing. Like
issue.
we need like people who are pro marijuana. Like we need people like you too. Like you know who don't smoke at all, but have no problem.
support
with
it.
Like you know, people. It doesn't hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
like,
the thing, like, and that just goes back to like even with the movement, like you need more people like who are not of our race to speak out on these issues. You see what I'm saying? That goes with anything. So like if I see somebody, if I know for a fact that weed does this for people, why do I have an issue with it? Why would I have an issue with it?
It's all
Why?
about
It should be passed. Like it's helping people, but y'all still have cigarettes
but it's still
till this day.
it's controlling it's population control still. That's what
Cigarettes
it
is definitely population
is.
control.
And alcohol too.
Alcohol too. Yep.
It kills off people in which they notice, so that helps with
And
it.
I feel like another thing, they're not getting no money off of the whole weed thing. That's why, like, when they open up these places, like, they have a high percentage on what they got to pay in taxes and shit. That shit is crazy to me.
Nah, the
Like,
weed
the
weed
thing
taxes
about
is
it-
crazy.
Like the thing about it, like with how they did like the prohibition thing, and I might, you know, about to go down a little rabbit hole right now. But the thing about the prohibition thing, like when they was able to do that all the way back then, like that really like solidified like the government getting a cut on alcohol. Like it's been too much time for the underworld.
And that was
to
like, what, the
flourish.
30s, the
That's what I'm
20s?
saying. Like it's been way too much time from the 30s to going into 2020
They done overlap.
for the under like you know basically marijuana been flourishing in the black market. So like it's been way too much time for the black market to fully have a complete grasp on it. So like the government will never really have a say so in this shit because no matter what type of you know legalization they do, like
They're
people
going to get money off it.
they're gonna get their money, but it's not gonna be what they potential, and that's what their problem is.
They're going to hold it. They're going to keep a leash on it.
They're gonna keep the
Yeah.
tight leash on it
They'll
because
keep a
they
tight
know
leash on it.
they
It's
know.
like with anybody who start farms, those marijuana farms and
Yeah.
shit, I can just imagine the stipulations and limitations they have on them shit.
And that's why a lot of them go rogue. They don't report. So it's like it's been too much time. They know there's been too much time for them that has passed them to have complete grasp on like how they deal with alcohol. So that's why it is
Especially
how it
for
is.
something that doesn't do nothing but help and cure people. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
like-
like that shit is wild. Like, you know, so far I know it's just a movie, but like I know a lot of movies reference, but it stood out to me like even on Best Man Holiday, and when she like right before she was passed away, she was smoking marijuana,
Yeah.
like reminiscing with her friends and stuff like that. Like that's like real life. That shit goes on. So like I don't see no reason for them not to, you know, do this countrywide, but it's gonna take some. It's gonna be. I don't
It's
even
gonna
think
be a
South
while.
Carolina ever
Yeah.
gonna do it. To be honest with you,
I honestly feel we'll be dead last.
because you know what it is though.
It'll be us
I
in
said
Alabama
I said
first.
this on Twitter. I said this on Twitter. Why it's that Bible Belt mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's that it's that mentality. But religion is a whole nother thing. I ain't really gonna get into
Yeah,
that.
that's.
I got bars for that for days, but I ain't
Yeah.
gonna spend no time on that.
Yeah, man. So moving forward, my boy Future is planning on handing out scholarships. Mike, I didn't really see anything about this. Did you?
Yeah, so he going on tour with Meek,
Mhm.
and he's gonna be
Legendary Night Store, right?
so he's gonna be handing out $2,000 worth of scholarships, like
Each stop or?
each stop.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
and people, of course, had something to say.
What they say?
What they gonna get? Books, pencils.
Bro, you know how much people crying about how expensive books are? Even listen, bro. See, this is the thing, bro.
That's why I say you can't
Listen,
put a price
what do
on acts
niggas
like that.
want, bro? Like what? Because I saw the stops. It's like 40 stops.
Everybody thinks scholarship money is 100,000 plus.
No,
and it's
that's
not,
not,
that,
bro.
You got
Anything helps,
community colleges who shit don't even be that high. 2,000 would do a lot for people right now.
Listen, if you all right, now say I'm just using this for an example. When I say like this somebody who's in a community college and they was to come up on the scholarship, right? And they already was in a situation where they had like some lotto money or whatnot. And that scholarship was supposed to go to books, but they already have books covered. And 99.9% of the chance they're gonna be able to pocket that money. I'm cool with that. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
But it's Future. So.
Like I don't get it. Like this coming from a nigga that's been in school. Like y'all niggas know how much books cost, bro.
Yeah.
Like so to try to minimize it to like what niggas getting as books, like
I'm saying you can't put.
that's a personal issue you got with Future at this point because it's like
They saying 2,000. I'm like, why do y'all always put in money? What a set amount should be on something.
so y'all
Whatever he
complaining
give
about
is
2,000.
honorable.
Y'all complaining about 2,000, but in the
They
same,
would take that same 2,000.
That's what I'm saying. And then y'all still want y'all talking down this man for giving 2,000, but it's niggas who crying about paying Sally Mayback. So which one do y'all want, bro?
1,500,
That's what I'm saying. So what do you want?
1,200, 1,000.
What do y'all want? it's that's how I know it's a personal Future vendetta, bro. This nigga can't do nothing.
I'm saying, and then like I saw somebody say, he could do that, but he can't take care of his kids. Again, how y'all know this man not taking care of his kids? Every time this man do something, y'all bringing up his kids. Y'all don't know what this man
Obviously,
do for his
taking
kids.
care of his kids and he taking care of the kids he don't even know. With this,
Everything
with these
else that comes
scholarships.
out about it, I ain't seen his baby mama taking him to court for child support. So
I've never
obviously-
seen that.
Obviously, the man taking care of his kids.
I've never seen that, but you know what I have seen? I have seen him actually have his kids on tour with him before. All of them at the time. I have seen like him always
Like I
have his,
said, this goes back to what he's become like the punching bag.
that's what I'm saying. Like I've actually seen this man, have his oldest sons with him in the studio, no drugs around, no type of crazy shit around or nothing like that. Like I've actually seen this shit. So like this whole narrative of this man being like a weekend father and all this other shit, like you can't like when you in a situation because I deal with the situation. Like when you in a situation when you and your child's mother not together, like of course you're not gonna be able to spend all the time with
That's
the
what I
child.
say. Like you're like people be trying to use that. I'm like, bro, there's not one dog. LeBron hasn't been to every single thing his child or daughter has done.
But I guarantee if you was to
I guarantee that. I can pretty much guarantee that. But I'm pretty sure like it doesn't matter. At the
it
end of the
doesn't
day.
matter. Them kids still hold him to a high regard.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That just comes with the life.
this
Man plays basketball
it's
from
the life and it's
from, like,
just
what?
life. It's life. period.
October
So if he's in the finals
Yeah.
until the summertime. So it's like, it's impossible. And
There's some sacrifice in there.
And I've seen this man even within the season still pick up and go to game. So it's like, what y'all
You
really
can't
want?
use it. Yeah, people can't
Like
use
y'all
that.
can't use this shit, bro. And not just
So
coming
it's
from
like you try talking about he had a quote where he's like, yeah, it just comes with a sacrifice. They gotta understand like I won't be able, and they try to use that. So I'm like, bro,
That's
that goes
real
with
shit,
That's
though.
real shit.
That's real
That
shit.
goes with anything. That
When-
goes
when
for
he-
somebody on a regular corporate level job level. Like
when he
that
said
comes with
that,
it.
when he said that, I felt that
That
wholeheartedly.
doesn't mean that his child is not important.
Yeah, as a parent, I felt that wholeheartedly, bro. Like you're not gonna be able to spend all of your time with your kids. That's just what it is.
You know, what's so crazy. I had somebody like my boy. He stay in Philly, right? He sent me. He had posted like a FaceTime video, him video and pictures from his son's T-ball game because he couldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all know they still not? Even if they're not there in person, how do y'all know those actions still don't take place? You know what I'm saying? Even if not, the shit is recorded. Like, that doesn't mean like he's not there 100 like complete. Yeah, he's not there 100% of the time. That doesn't mean he's not
physically,
active.
but he's still there.
He's
like,
active. He's active.
His kids know that he interacting with that situation.
Like the whole and the whole Russell Wilson Sierra thing is like that whole thing has become so trash because any inkling of them in the news is automatically attached to this man. Automatically
corny,
over,
bro.
and this shit is trash. And it's like, bro, like
it's like
every time, especially when it's Russell and his son, because then it's automatically, oh well, he called him that. I'm like, bro, how y'all know this man? He know who his real dad is. Prime example, right? When he got the watch for his birthday, people automatically ran. That man ain't wanting to watch that man. You know what happened on the video when his son got the watch? His son was like, "Oh my god, this is what I wanted."
Man,
but y'all just said that's not what he wanted.
He wanted to spend time with you. He's there at the party. What are y'all talking about?
And the man said out his own mouth, I wanted. This is what I wanted. The man wanted.
The man looked happy to get the watch. So obviously there had to have been an interaction. He was like, "Daddy, I want to watch like you."
Like I think people seriously believe like. He like Future is that his name? Because I don't want to get his name.
His
wrong.
name is Future.
All right, so I actually believe like people want him to pick sides. Like he recognizes his
toxic,
real father
bro.
and his stepfather.
That's toxic as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's toxic. Why would you want a kid? Like that man's a child. He's a child, bro. Like
he views both of them as
yeah,
father
like,
figures. There's nothing wrong with that.
And
but he know who his real dad is.
Honestly, on some real shit, just me being, I'm in the same situation. Like I would. If my child's mother moved on, like I would want her to be.
I would hope to think the man is a stand-up dude.
Exactly, bro. Like, what do you want, bro?
Like, I would want that. Like, I would hope. Like, if I can't be there, I would want for my child to go to him on some man shit. You know what I'm saying? On a father figure shit. Like, I would want that.
What are y'all really? What
Corny
are y'all
shit.
talking about, bro?
Corny
Like,
shit.
what are y'all talking about? Like,
corny shit.
Drew, do you feel where I'm coming from, bro? Like, this shit is just. It's just like.
Russell doing his thing, Future doing his thing, like obviously they don't have an issue with
niggas is mature about the shit. Niggas is not talking down on nobody. Like, just let the shit be what it is, bro. Like, I ain't seen Future come out and speak negatively on Russell. Russell definitely don't do that shit. Like, like niggas.
Nah, he don't never say nothing. He just continue to live his
niggas,
life and do
niggas
his
is
thing.
living their life, bro. Like, it's
They gotta
niggas
stop putting people against each other. Like truly,
Stop
and that's
putting people against each other,
it's
bro.
the media. Like the media gets their shit
They
off
fuel it.
on that shit. Yeah, they really do. And that I feel like the same shit like a few episodes ago, how the media damn put Nicki Minaj and Cardi B
That's
against
exactly
each
what
other.
happened. That's exactly what happened, bro.
Like, yeah,
they wanted Trina and Nicki to go against each other.
like that's the thing. Like, of course they was saying slick shit, dissing each other,
But
but
don't amplify it.
they amp that shit
Yeah.
up to the fullest, man. Of
They
course,
can say what they want to say, but in the day, that's up to them as adults to can figure that amongst
Exactly.
themselves. That's not up to Baller Alert or Shade Alert to or whatever the fuck them shit called to put niggas against each other, bro.
Am I harsh for saying if you pushing type of shit like that, you should be fired?
I don't follow them pages no more. I unfollow Baller Alert and all that shit because
Yeah, I don't follow him, but I'm just saying, like, if you was head of a publication like that and you saw that shit under your publication, like, would you have a disciplinary tree when it comes to shit like that?
it's no disciplinary tree because that's their job.
that's their job.
That's
to
their
create
job.
That shit.
Like,
hmm
that's their business.
That's how they do business.
Yeah, that is their business, and I don't got nothing against it. That's how y'all choose to do y'all thing, but that's just that's wasted energy to me, bro. Like, especially when you looking at it from like how we just talking about it, like nothing good comes from that at all.
But you don't see that from the white community though.
Like when you, cause like, all right, cause like say
Dog,
like,
promise. I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta say this. I'm so glad you said this. And you know what? I want to bring up this shit gonna tie together so perfect. I'm glad you said that. So the cop who got fired, right, for killing Eric Gardner, got fired. That's all he got. He got fired.
finally got fired.
Immediately, this man had a GoFundMe account that raised over $100,000. You know what? I'm not mad. You know why? Because white people, regardless of the fact,
they support each other.
they
bro.
will always support each other. And that shit, I'm like, damn. And you know what we doing? we sitting up here, we putting Colin against each other, Jay-Z against each other. Oh, Russell, just dumb shit. But this man, I'm not saying I support it, but I'm saying, you see what regardless of the fact, white people, they smash each other wives, whatever. I bet you they do some shit, they still gonna roll out some money for them. Mm-hmm. They always do that shit, bro.
Even the mass shooters, they roll out GoFundMes, and you'll see who the fuck is really spending money.
They don't even speak down on them.
Nope.
They don't even speak down on them publicly. Like
that shit is wild, bro. And like with us, we do not do that shit, bro. Like, and I don't get it. Like, and of course, like, yeah, it's certain, like, if you fucking around with, it's levels to this shit now. Like, I'm not gonna support you out here. You fucking around with kids, shit like that, all that. Nah, I don't fuck with you. But like, certain shit that we throw away our people for. White people don't do, like, white people have done worse.
It's minimal to them.
They do worse.
That shit is minimal to
them. Like, for that
bro.
man to get raised over 100,000 on a GoFundMe, that shit. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad because that's what they do. But we sit up here, we pit people against each other because we don't like what this person said, or they did it this way and we ain't like it this way. Oh, it's fucking. Mm-hmm. But that's what they do, bro.
But we got time for Popeye's chicken though.
That's man, I get
Popeye shit, dog. I really didn't want to get no bars on this shit, but like I saw some shit, and like, you know, there was a kid. I guess he was a kid, whatever. He was in line waiting for. He went to a Popeyes. He decided to go to a Popeyes, and see people was registered to vote. My opinion, I ain't fucking with the shit.
That shit corny, bro.
To me, it's whack. To me, it's whack, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it's whack. For one, I respect it if it's done on all levels. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, are you at a Chick-fil-A? Are you at a sneaker line? Are you at this place?
Are you at a gun range when these white people buying guns?
You see what I'm saying?
Are you at gun conventions? You see what I'm saying?
Like, I felt like it was an opportunity to just like add to a narrative, and this is the narrative, that we do not pay attention to multiple things at one time, and that shit has to stop. We are the only people. We cannot enjoy a fucking chicken sandwich without these false narratives being attached to us. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, they out here, they getting chicken. Well, they passing this law. Motherfucker, I can go get and enjoy a chicken sandwich and know what the fuck is going on in the world. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I'm tired of that narrative, bro. It's like every time white people could go stand in line for video games, go to these conventions, and none of these false narratives are placed on them. Every time we go to enjoy something,
we get shunned.
We get shunned and shitted on for this shit. And it's like, bro, how y'all know people are not, like, you see what I'm saying? How you know, like, y'all can go get a chicken sandwich, but y'all can't go vote? Stop saying that black people don't vote. Like, it's too much.
The numbers are there, bro.
The numbers are there to support this shit that we do go out there and do vote.
Y'all need to talk about the shit that's done, that's still going on to keep us from voting.
Prime example, when I went and changed my registration card, they had me labeled as a white man. I posted that shit on Twitter, and I was like, hey, when y'all go and y'all do your registration, make sure that they got this shit right, because that's how they finagle the numbers. So when they go and they do these numbers and the polls come out, they'll say, well, African Americans didn't vote. Well, you had him registered as a white man.
It was being reported that last election, like, they was turning away black people from voting because they was trying to tell them that the voting booths were down. That
shit happened in Florida.
That happened in Georgia, happened in Florida, happened in a lot of southern states. So, like, y'all need to talk about that shit. Quit trying to tell us that we not voting, because there's plenty of research and numbers there that tell us that we're voting. And the niggas the thing is this. The main people who are pushing that false narrative supposed to be smarter than this. So, like, when I see, like, Janelle Monáe and certain celebrities, like...
And she actually came out and apologized for that
when I
too.
see Janelle Monáe and Charlamagne and God and Lil Duval, who claim he supposed to be, like, this scholar and shit like that, like, when you post that you smart and shit like that, I'm expecting you to do your research before you put your foot in your mouth. The numbers and research is there that black people start to vote every election. So, it can't be we don't vote, but the politicians and Democrats know that they got to come and pander us to get our vote. Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta quit this corny nigga shit that y'all do, bro.
We can't never enjoy a craze or something that comes out that we enjoy without a distraction narrative.
Y'all try to put this stupid shit. They want to put fucking Man, I'm gonna just say this honestly on some real shit. I want a nigga to try to tap on my window while I'm at line at Popeyes or something. On some real shit.
Like, that shit is whack to me, bro. Like, that shit
I'm
is
gonna
whack.
tell you about yourself, bro. I'm really gonna tell you about yourself.
You took this opportunity to come where a lot of black people are at to make sure that we voting.
I'm gonna tell you how corny you is, bro.
That shit is whack to me.
I pray that you tap on my window, bro.
That shit was wild.
No, also
I
this
really
shit funny, but I'm dead ass serious, bro.
More false narratives, bro. That's what that shit is. Like, I see this shit every single time. And stop telling me because Popeye, y'all support Popeyes, my nigga. Just because motherfuckers is going and buying chicken sandwich don't mean that people don't support your t-shirt line or your clothing line,
Your
bro.
shit maybe just not popping like that, my nigga.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that
It
shit don't
maybe
mean
just
that.
be whack, bro.
And the nigga damn sure can't come to me about supporting my own people because my money speaks on that. So, yeah, a nigga can't come to me and talk to me about not supporting my own people. But stop saying that every time we go support a major corporation on some shit that we like is, oh, we don't support our own people like that. Stop. Just stop.
Y'all made Popeyes $24 million.
So the fuck what? This shit was
What are you
good.
talking about, bro? What are y'all even talking about?
So what?
What do a Popeyes chicken sandwich got to do with your fucking Black Boy Joy t-shirt, bro? What the fuck? How does that correlate? I don't want to buy your fucking t-shirt, bro. I wanted this chicken sandwich.
It's just that simple.
It's that fucking simple.
It's no deep-rooted shit.
It's no deep-rooted shit here, bro. I like fucking chicken sandwiches. I don't like your t-shirt. Period. And this coming from a nigga that's selling t-shirts, bro. I'm not mad of a nigga don't want to buy my shit. You know why? There's probably going to be 10 other niggas that like my shit.
I'm not focused on the niggas
I'm not
who
focused
ain't
on the niggas who don't like my shit, bro. This shit don't work like that.
Exactly.
Like, what niggas crying about, bro? About niggas not buying your fucking whatever the fuck you selling out your house? And that's cool if you doing that. But it's every time.
It's every
bro.
time.
I guarantee you, if a next craze hit tomorrow, it's gonna be the same bullshit with the same corny niggas who's supposed to be these gatekeepers. Further pushing a false narrative, bro. It was disappointing seeing niggas who supposedly like call themselves like smart people go down that route with this Popeyes chicken sandwich shit, bro. Disappointing. Oh, I'm
Then
with
Janelle Monáe came out. I think she apologized for the whole shit. And it's like
I'm with them putting actual voting booths at Popeyes. Bitch, what the fuck is you talking about?
she
bro?
actually said that part too.
Niggas said it was either her or Charlamagne like saying they should
Putting
actually
voting booths
they
at-
should actually have like voter registration
Clown
booths.
shit.
Like corny nigga shit.
We're not going to Popeyes to vote.
We're not going
We
in to
just
vote,
wanna
bro.
eat
We
a-
just want to fucking eat.
eat.
We want to see what this fucking sandwich is about, bro.
That's it.
That's it, bro.
Why is I'm not distracted?
Get your corny ass out this fucking line trying to get me to register, bro.
Popeyes chicken is, but the rainforest is my nigga. Stop.
Shut up, man. If y'all do y'all research on that, you would know that that's y'all need to talk to the government down there who letting that shit go on.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with us buying chicken sandwiches. And y'all smarter, y'all know this.
But it's every time, dog.
Every time, bro. Y'all niggas is corny, bro.
It's not a distraction, fam. Yeah, again, it's multiple things can happen at one time. You know, another time the shit stood out when Meek and Drake was beefing, right? That was the biggest thing going on at the time. But Sandra Bland had just got killed.
Oh my god, bro.
So then niggas was like, oh, niggas so focused on
Sandra Bland has been
Drake
dead.
and
I'm like, bro,
Drake
what?
and Meek Mill and da. Meanwhile, I'm like, bro, we
know that happened, bro. We know that happened.
But I can enjoy this back and forth right here too.
Bro, like I remember specifically tweeting, damn, rest in peace to that Queen Sandra Bland. That's very fucked up what happened, and still following that situation and still tweeting, damn, Meek was whack for not taking that beef seriously.
Yeah.
I remember specifically
That was
doing
2015. Yeah, I remember that. But it's like, again, it's every time. I guarantee you, next time this shit happens, it's gonna be the false narrative again, bro. But every time white people go to enjoy some shit, they don't have these things attached to them.
Y'all only want to speak down on white people when they're not getting criminally
Exactly. So the
prosecuted.
next time white people go to line up for a convention or video game, or I want to see these narratives attached to them. That's what I want to see from our people. I want to see that. That's what I want to see.
Not even our people. These the same celebrity gatekeepers. Y'all speak down on them.
Yeah, Charlamagne.
Y'all speak down on them
Janelle.
the same way y'all speak down on us.
Yeah, do that.
Do that. That's all I want.
Same way like I saw North Carolina and Gamecock fans fighting yesterday. You know what I said to myself? Look at these thugs.
that was South Carolina and North Carolina. Yeah,
Yes.
bro. That shit went up.
I
too.
saw it was nothing but white people. You know, I said, look at these thugs.
That shit went up.
Yeah.
Them boys-
That was a close game too. Them boys going back. At the end, them boys was really like scrapping in the parking lot.
Dog,
Throwing down.
them fights look crazy, bro.
No, that shit was crazy, bro. Like I was just looking at this shit like, all right, man. Like, what's really going on here, man? But yeah, man. So what we got next, man?
Dave Chappelle stand up, man. Sticks and Stones.
I didn't see the shit because I don't got Netflix. I'm waiting on that Disney shit to roll out. But I heard it was pretty good.
It is pretty good. I watched.
And I
I
see
still need to
motherfuckers
finish
trying to
it.
get them out the paint.
I still got to finish it because I didn't finish the whole thing. But from what I've been seeing it's funny to me. I liked it. I don't see the problem with anything he was saying. At the end of the day, I see a lot of people harboring on this one instance where he was like, you can say nigger, but you can't say faggot on TV. He was basically going in about how you really can't say it, and they was trying to. Niggas was doing the same uppity Negro shit. Well, you just set us back by doing all this other shit. But y'all forget that this man had an actual skit on the Chappelle show when white people was actually saying their last name was nigger. And he was actually doing the same shit on his arm. He was basically breaking it down the same way how he broke it down on the show. So it's like, bro, like, y'all can't claim that y'all are culturalists and y'all are for the culture, but nothing new under the sun. This man basically re-rocked the same joke, but he incorporated into his stand-up. So like y'all just gotta cut the bullshit, man. Like, cut the corny nigga shit out, man. Dave Chappelle not canceled. He's not being canceled. Y'all never will cancel him, and that's just what it is. Like it's just what it is, bro. I fuck with it. I'm gonna finish it today, and that's all I gotta say about that shit. Honestly, like niggas want to be offended about
Everything.
about nothing, bro. Like
I saw the one clip when he was talking about the whole nigger and I don't want to say the word, but the F word.
that's and that proves the point.
Damn, that
crazy. Proves the point.
That's
That proves
crazy.
the point, bro.
That's crazy.
It proves the point because I said it just now. Because it's being used in satire, my nigga. It's not being used to push an agenda.
But hey, you know, so crazy because I had conditioned myself over time. Because like I tell you straight up right now, when I was a kid and going through high school and all that shit, that word was flying. All
yeah,
day.
because you didn't know any better. But
yeah.
see, even me saying it just now, I wasn't saying it to purposely harm or offend anyone.
Yeah.
I was basically saying it in the same
with the same manner that he did.
in the same manner he was saying it, and it was not meant to offend anyone. In fact, he was saying it in a jokingly he's a comedian, bro. Like they was trying to another thing. They was trying to compare it to when Kramer had that meltdown on stage. He was calling the dude a nigger on stage, and I'm like, all right, completely different. That was never like nothing that he was saying like in a jokingly manner. He couldn't handle a heckler in the crowd, and he had a racist meltdown. That's completely different, bro. Like, we're not going to compare those two situations because it's obvious that y'all didn't do the research on that situation. Like, a lot of things that people try to compare wouldn't be able to be compared if y'all actually did the research on these things before y'all try to compare them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, I got
so
you.
it's like y'all just people just gotta stop picking and choosing what they want to be mad at and actually do the research on certain things before y'all try to get a nigga canceled. Because Dave Chappelle even said that. He was like, "Who am I? I got some impersonations for y'all." He was like, "Oh, yeah, I don't care if it's 15 or 20 years or 5 years later. I'm gonna look back on everything you said, and if I don't like it, you're out of here." He was like, "Who am I?" Everybody was like, "I'm y'all. I'm y'all. Y'all are the worst motherfuckers to try to entertain. Period." He was basically gonna come that cancel culture. Like,
they tried to do it with Meg.
Yeah.
Went back on her tweets when she was like 15, 16 years old.
I'm not expecting, because I'm not expecting Meg Thee Stallion to be who she is now, because I know for a fact Meg has matured and she's grown up.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, we didn't have Twitter. We didn't have Twitter like when we was coming up as kids and all that shit. But it's like, bro, like we seen it happen. We seen it happen on a professional level. Like, it happened with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, it was just like, that was just what we used to say. That's it.
Honestly, that word was as regular.
It was regular vocabulary,
word,
fam.
bro. Like,
it was
real talk. Like,
it was regular vocabulary, bro. We'd be on the basketball court and you'd be like, "Hey, man, like, stop acting like."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
but it wasn't
and
until
it was
I
just- we
got
was
older.
ignorant.
We was ignorant, and I actually got family that's in the LGBTQ, and it was like they broke it down like, I know that you're not saying it offensively, but I know for a fact that, if I'm around certain friends and if you're around certain, like, people from my lifestyle, they're going to take offense to it. And I ain't trying to offend nobody, just because due to my ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Like, I'm not moving purposely ignorant. To move purposely ignorant, you're choosing to do that. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's not how I move. So
the digging up tweet shit is so wild.
That shit is wild, bro. Like, that shit is wild, bro. Like, they do that with everybody too. Like, that's one thing I'll say is across the board. Black, white.
Oh yeah, they do it across the board.
That shit is across the board.
Dog,
So
when Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah.
When Carson Wentz got, and he tweeted the lyrics from Meek Mill, Derrick Rose. I'm balling on these niggas like I'm Derrick Rose. And they try to get Carson Wentz out of the. I was like, come on, dog.
Bruh.
I ain't gonna kill Carson for that, man. I ain't gonna kill Carson for that.
No, that's it.
So I saw something with the dude who does Twitter. I saw you said something about how I need my Twitter account back.
Jack, the same dude that's behind everybody getting their account suspended. Rest in peace to my page. He supposedly has come out that he had his page hacked, and they was going crazy on that nigga page. Like, they was tweeting "fuck niggers," hashtag nigger with like 8 R's at the end.
With the ER?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, big, all capitalized, like nigger this, nigger that. Faggot, saying all kind of crazy shit, bro. But supposedly his page was hacked, so they got his page back and deleted all the tweets, but the screenshots is there. Like, when I saw shit, I was like, bro,
Nothing happened to him.
unlock, give me back my fucking page, bro.
Oh, your shit was supposed to only be up for like what, 7 days?
No, I told you, they emailed me and it was like, no, we're not giving you your shit back. It's over. My page is done. Like, if you go on on
account suspended.
yeah, my shit done.
Damn. My dog got to go through the podcast page.
Yeah, if y'all try to contact me on Twitter, I'm on the WJTM_pod page. I'm on the Weirdest Messages podcast page. That's just where I'm at. Like, I'm not making another personal. Yeah, y'all. I'm not making another personal Twitter account, so that's where y'all find me at for all. I do post content for the podcast.
There was some good pages I found on Twitter that got suspended, man.
Yeah, man. Like, it's been.
Shout out to Cooley, man. Cooley was one of the pages I was following. They got him out the paint too. I had found him on Instagram. I was like, "Yo, you saw on Twitter?" He's like, "Nah, they suspended my account."
And the only reason why I still on Twitter is because I made the podcast page. Originally, I made that page to back up my page. I was like, you know what, we do need a podcast page. So I just happened to do that because I was like, they're gonna give me my personal page back.
You ain't giving that shit back.
Ain't giving that shit back. So I'll just use the podcast page, like, when I'm not putting content up.
But you're not gonna make another one?
Nah. I don't. Nah. Seriously, bro. Like,
yeah. Shout out to Dave, man. I'm gonna get somebody's account. Probably check that shit.
Like, my page is gone. Like, that shit's gone, bro. Niggas been hitting my phone up, like, laughing at that shit, sending me the little, because you click on, like, because I got us in the bio for they was clicking on that shit, like, they'll say page suspended. Niggas are sending me that shit. I was like,
yeah, that shit wild.
All right, bro. Like, niggas been going in on me, bro.
Hey,
Man, that shit funny, bro. Like, they got me the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm gonna say no one man should have all that power.
Word,
get your
bro.
shit out of here.
They got me the fuck on, bro. Seriously. But moving on, man. Speaking of power, man. Power
is back. Spoiler alert. Spoiler
is
alert.
Back.
If you haven't watched any other 2 first episodes yet, you just go ahead and scrub across it.
First off, if you ain't watched the 2 seasons, if you ain't watched the 2 episodes, I don't really even care about how you feel about this shit, because you should already have done seen these shit by now. So It is what it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely should have.
Yeah, because
Especially by the time this dropped.
definitely I spoiled the show, so I don't give a fuck how you feel.
So how we feel, man? Boy, I got a love-hate relationship with Power, man.
Man, this is written so horribly now, man. But it's like
I gotta watch.
I gotta watch because I put too much time into the show. I'm invested, so I want to see how this shit end. But this shit is fucking horrible, bro.
If this whole season is about Tommy and Ghost trying to kill each other, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's exactly what it's gonna be.
It should not be like that. Because at the end of the day, they are not gonna fucking kill each other. They love each other too much.
It's gonna come. This is my prediction for this final season. It's gonna be Tommy and Ghost trying to kill each other, and it's gonna somehow wrap up everybody else's storyline amongst them getting to the end. Which I feel is gonna happen at the end. They're gonna both have to team up and kill that what's his name, man?
Jason.
Just
like they did Milan.
Just how they did Milan, and that's
you know what I think? I think he gonna live.
Who, Jason?
Yeah. I haven't predicted Power for the most part. Some of the shit I have predict. Prime example, right? Tariq selling that choke. The girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that girl is linked
to somebody.
She's linked to either Tate or that lady who started talking to Tate at the preview for the next episode. So the lady who was talking to Tate about his campaign, then was talking to Ghost too. To me, I think that girl is linked to that woman in some way, shape, or fashion. I don't know why. I just got an inkling. Because you know why? Power gets so fucking... They fell in love with all these different problems.
Yeah.
That don't got
nothing to do with the main thing.
You know what I'm saying? It's just they always find a way to find a deeper hole. This hole. So
then they do a horrible job at wrapping that shit up.
So now Tariq is selling in school now. Mm-hmm. Now he got workers now. You had Tate,
out of the blue.
You got Tate, who has his campaign manager who knows shit about him, which we already knew. We already knew he was a bad man. That's another thing. They did a bad job of not, like, dog. We knew from the moment that he came in, somehow he got some dirt on him.
Then he trying to get the nigga to.
But it wasn't until now this episode that it really got put on Front Street that I know too much about you. You see what I'm saying?
And then he beat his ass.
And you see what I'm saying? It's like it's too much predictable with too many. You got too many. Now Tariq selling. You see what I'm saying?
And
like,
you got the
now you got Tate. Now you got Tate who got dirt on him who could possibly be exposed.
And he got Tate trying to get the dude to follow Ghost around and all this other shit now. And
what I will say though, I'm glad they buried the other problem with Angela.
Oh yeah,
get that shit out of here. That shit. I would have been pissed if somehow that phone got into the Fed's hands. I would have been pissed because now you done ruined. It's too much. Ain't no one man. Because for Ghost to done, and that's another thing. You took away some of the realistic aspect of it. Like season 1 through 3,
flawless.
Some of that shit, like it could be realistically from how the outcome was for like him finessing Tommy's case. Mm-hmm. Like that's believable. Yeah, and it's commendable. But now
when they lost them writers going into season 4.
Hypothetically speaking, let's say that phone do get into the Feds.
Because Tasha still got all those text messages too.
How the fuck is Ghost getting out of that? He already got out of the loophole when he was locked up all of season 4. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like enough. He don't need to be jumping through all these different. Like he said, going into next, he's like, I'm in too deep already. Like he got to pay Tasha money. He got to pay Jason. You know, he got Tommy on his. Like, dog, you got to keep the balance.
We don't know what's going to happen with this new detective, like pressuring Tasha. And
she's so ass, bro.
She's fucking
so
ass.
That character's so ass.
We don't know if this fucking gun that Keisha threw in this river, all suspect and shit. We don't know if that's gonna wash ashore.
You know what I thought? You know what I thought of?
What?
On the wire when Bodie and them threw the gun over the thing and it landed on the fucking. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, you right.
Why the fuck do y'all have her throwing this gun in the water without fucking gloves, man? Come on, dog. Like, keep the shit simple. But I'm glad they got rid of that problem. Like, her sister putting the phone in her casket, burying her with it. Get that shit out of here. It's over and done with. I'm glad they did that. But outside of that, it's all these new introduction to problems. Just like at the end of last season when they had the girl who was listening to the news and she heard Ghost's voice. And it took us all the way back to season 1 on the first episode when he killed her brother. Like, come on, dog. Like, why y'all be doing this corny shit?
Then they got Dre in protective custody, like doing all this other shit. Now you want to get back in the mix, like nigga, you in protective custody, bro.
Kill him.
Like you're in protective custody. What the fuck do you want?
Kill him. Like, kill this nigga off the show, fam. Like, he should have no big implications on this.
He should have been done.
A nigga who's in witness protection, he shouldn't have no type of ties within this whole season
like
at all.
Nigga, like you're
point blank period.
You're out of this shit, bro.
And old boy is dead anyway, so that's the main nigga who's coming after him anyway. But like, dog, I'm sitting here looking at this shit. I'm like, the whole Tariq character development is not believable at all. Point blank period. It's not like, dog, he should have had his ass whooped. There has not been one person to whoop Tariq's ass, even like on a same age level. Like, I ain't got nobody, like no big homie or nothing, like who can just set this nigga straight. Like, it's not the character in itself. The character development of Tariq is unbelievable. I would believe it if it was without the theatrics.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that his
it's forced.
Yeah, it's forced.
It's going against the parents and this nigga going to tell Tommy. Well, next time, tell me before
like,
you.
Nigga,
before what?
What?
Another small things that pissed me off. When Tasha came to pick him up, she's like, "No, Tariq, you need to go. Come.
Just let me get an hour. Let's get an hour on some personal time."
See, that's the shit I'm talking about.
What?
Little shit like that. Y'all give this man too much room to be doing shit, and the character development is not believable. But see, I done been invested.
I gotta see how this shit turn out now.
I could believe it if somehow Tariq came within the storyline. He was just sitting in the back and like started doing his own shit by seeing this shit from behind, not going against his parents and doing all this extra shit, acting like he a hard nigga. Like, this man damn near shit up when the Kanan situation. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
Oh, he definitely shit up in that back seat of that car.
Yeah,
bro.
like, dog.
When he saw Kanan kill that cop, he was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
dog, it's not believable,
shit.
bro. Like, dog, you know deep down, like you was raised good. You raising money.
Yeah.
You come from
You come from upper class, bro.
Yeah, that's if I have an issue with any character, is that character. And the whole Angela shit, I'm glad they killed her off.
She should have been dead since season 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Definitely, for sure. Because it's like, I didn't want to see she survived the surgery, because then you know what's going to happen. Her battling with if she going to put Tommy under, and it's going to be a whole bunch of other bullshit. But the whole Lakeisha and Tommy shit? Nigga, stop.
Keisha going to end up dead, too.
You think so?
He going to have to choose between either her or Tasha.
Dog, the thing with the whole Tommy and Ghost are not killing each other, fam. It's just not. You know how many times they had with them to kill each other?
Yeah, they fell out several times on the show.
Don't tell me that these niggas is fighting in the room and then Tariq come in there and then the shit just stops.
It's over, like, because that's Tommy's nephew and that's your son, like.
Nah, dog. Nah. Like, if you would have been killed this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, nigga. Like, stop. Tasha, did you know Tommy was still alive? Yup.
This nigga showed up at the wedding.
That was a funny scene though. And my dog went right to the front. That shit was crazy. This nigga Ghost was shook. That shit was hilarious though. I ain't gonna lie. But Jason, this man using both of them. He getting money off both of them. Yeah. So he getting money for Tommy, extra money on top of getting money from Tommy for protection, and he getting money from Ghost.
Mm-hmm. And he told Ghost, he was like,
just so he can X both of them out eventually when he feel like it.
He said, Ghost, if you can kill Tommy if you want to, but you're going to be my distro now. Like, that's just what it's going to be.
Nah,
like,
this is going back to when he had to be a distro for Milan. You see what I'm saying? Like, why y'all
the same shit.
Why y'all reintroducing that same shit that he had to go through with Milan? We already seen that.
But
we seen that.
But like you said,
if you get rid of Tommy, you're going to have to be my distro.
But like you said, that shit's whack, but it's like, damn, I done put 5 seasons.
I done put 5 seasons into it. It had potential to be one of the greatest shows of all time. That shit is dead now.
The writers, man, you can't switch up good. You can't go against good writers, bro. This is a prime example, bro. You just can't do that. Like when they came off, what that was season 3. When they went to season 4, it got very, very shaky, bro. And that was I solely contribute that to them losing the writers. When I read up on what happened with Courtney Kemp and all them and falling out with the original writers of Power, I was like, oh yeah, the show's gonna suffer in some way. And look where we at now. We got the same regurgitated situation with Milan.
You gotta be my
with Milan 2.0 basically.
Definitely Milan 2.0. Definitely. Because 1 through 3 was fucking
No
flawless.
real character. You got I thought it was funny because Tasha won everything, but nigga, you signed a prenup. Ghost not giving you half of everything. You're dead. You see the apartment she walked in at the end of the last episode? You see that refrigerator?
With that wood ass 1999.
You see that off-white oven?
The white refrigerator.
Hey, how Tax Tone said, I don't argue with no female that got a white refrigerator.
Oh, he tweeted that. I'm gonna say that shit on Twitter again. I don't care that shit. No, that's some real shit though.
I'm not arguing with no female with a white refrigerator.
That's some real shit though. That's some real shit. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
But yeah, man. Nigga show the show. I said this before because
Tone is a wild.
yeah. But yeah, going back home before going back to the show, like I saw like somebody on Facebook had asked me, they was like, how do you feel about Snowfall compared to Power? And I was
haven't
like,
seen Snowfall.
I'm not going to compare Snowfall to Power because for one, rest in peace to John Singleton. John Singleton was way more qualified at, cinematography. I'm not going to take nothing away from the writers of Power, but when they switched up the writers for Power, it took away a lot of the quality from the show. Now, Snowfall, written perfectly. Like, this is season 3. This shit is going crazy. Like, this one of the.
So what is it about?
It's basically about it's the real Howie Rick Ross story, but it's kind of written differently, but it's the same shit. It's about this dude named Franklin. Basically, he coming up kind of like how Ace came up. Like, he was not like a peon or whatnot, but he wasn't like that or whatnot. Coming to it, he started working with this dude from the feds who he supposedly supposed to be like a rogue agent, gave them all kind of work and shit like that, and he started flooding LA with coke.
See, man, I like getting invested in shows, and I don't like it.
Yeah, because you expected it to go a certain way.
Like I hear about Game of Thrones, I hear about Snowfall and shit like.
Right.
I've been like, I was on Frontline with Breaking Bad. I was on Frontline with Power. I was on Frontline with The Wire and all that shit like that. But every time I hear a whisper about a show, I'd be like, do I want to watch this shit or do I do not want to watch?
I felt like that about Snowfall, but Snowfall
like Insecure. Swear to God, my nigga, I was not gonna watch Insecure. I swear to God, I
me
was not
neither.
gonna watch that
me
shit.
neither. Me neither.
But
I had to
then
get put on.
I saw it. I'm like, damn, this shit kind of fucking
It
good,
is kind of
bro.
fucking. It is.
It was just
that
like,
last
okay.
season was shaky to me though.
Actually, like, kind of, it was because they was broken up and So, but like, I'm invested now.
Yeah, I'm invested. So I'm gonna watch it.
So I always be like, man, do I really want to? I'm not gonna watch Game of Thrones. I tell you that right now.
Nah, don't watch Game of Thrones.
I'm about to watch that shit.
For everything that happened in that show, for it to end like how it ended, don't watch that shit at all.
Oh, okay.
Period. I tell anybody that if you haven't watched that shit, do not watch that shit. You will be thoroughly disappointed. Thoroughly disappointed, bro.
Damn.
And I'm not the only person that says that, so don't watch that shit, bro. But Snowfall is worth it, bro. It's a very good show. So like when people try to tell me when they want me to make a comparison, I can't because John Singleton, again, rest in peace. That man he wrote that show very good, and I was when he.
So who's gonna take it over if it continues?
From what I understand, they were saying that he kind of wrote it up to the ending. So it could possibly still be in good hands if they don't tamper the original script. So we'll have to see how it play out. But so far so good. That shit good, bro. That's a good show, bro.
I might.
Like that's so good, bro. I don't got no quarrels with this show.
I'm gonna see this on my Fire Stick.
It should be on there, bro. But shout out to Snowfall, man. Moving on, man. We're gonna get into a little Paul Mooney situation, man. It's an interview that came out with one of it was Richard Pryor,
Pryor's friend or something.
with his
like that?
friend, and he basically was saying he said a few things about Paul Mooney, but like the thing that stood out is he said that him and Richard Pryor and Paul Mooney were having some turbulence with each other, and he was like the main thing that kind of set Richard off to where he didn't want Paul Mooney living no more. He was like, Paul Mooney had sex with one of Richard Pryor's sons, and that kind of set off a lot of comments on the TL about it, because the main thing is people wanting to know, was this son of age at least before like any of this happened and all this other shit. And I've been seeing a few people say that actually Richard Pryor's son was like 25 and all shit happened, but Richard Pryor was basically on the principle of everything going on.
I heard the son even spoke out on and said the shit happened.
But was it like on some pedophile type shit, or?
I had to actually go back and look.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, because people were saying that because that's the main thing that I saw. People were like, was this son like, how old was he? Because that's the only way we'll care about this shit. Like, if that man was of age and he consented to all that, cool. But if it was some left hand shit going on, then Paul Mooney he got some explaining to do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, again, let me be clear on this shit. I do not care about their relationship or whatever, only if the man was not consensual age. Do I have to repeat that, Drew? Or?
Nah, they got it.
All right, so that's where I'm at with that. So from what I've been seeing, a lot of people were saying he was around 24, 25 when that happened. But either way, that still set Richard Pryor off, because they were already, how you say it, at odds with each other. So,
yeah. So Richard Pryor Jr. confirms allegations that Paul Mooney sexually assaulted him, despite Mooney claims that he did not.
So even if he's of age, if he's saying he got sexually assaulted,
it's on the TMZ, so I don't really know how to.
Yeah,
really gauge
all right.
that. So, but they said TMZ caught up with him, and that he was molested at a young age, well before the 1980s, saying that he was definitely underage of consent when the alleged assault took place. It took place. Although Pryor Jr. never specifically called out Mooney by name, he didn't deny that he was abuser either when pressed by the cameraman. So, just have to wait to see how this shit.
yeah, that's.
But I used to hear rufflings about Mooney, like on some other shit, like growing up. So
I never heard anything about.
I used to hear like little shit here and there, but it went in one ear out the other. I never really paid no attention to it. It was kind of just like you got the TV on and you don't know what's
like,
being said.
Whenever I never heard anything about Paul Mooney. Whatever type of orientation he chooses, I never heard anything about that. But I always, whenever I saw Paul Mooney, it was strictly comedy or being on Chappelle Show. Like I never heard any type of inklings about his lifestyle decisions and anything like that. So all this shit was like really like news to me. I was like, bro, like what, like, huh? Like I never heard anything of it. So like you said, bro, like. He got some some explaining to do on that situation. So, yeah, that's just where I'm at with that. Like, niggas got some explaining to do on that. But moving forward, man. So a lot of new music came out last week. We talked about the Pusha T song with Lauryn Hill. Jeezy and Rhapsody dropped. How you feel about Jeezy album?
I liked it. It's pretty good. He ended on a good note. I fuck with it. I know a lot of people saying it was trash, but
yeah, I didn't think it was trash. I'm not saying it's his best work ever, but it's like you said, like he went out on a good note. Like it's not like I put this like in the same class with like Carter 5. Like it was good to hear him like still in his bag, so to say. Like it wasn't trash. It wasn't. I'm not gonna put it like a top 3 album of Jeezy, but it wasn't like I don't think it was trash at all. Like. When I first heard it was gonna be his last album, like I wasn't expecting no classic album.
No,
like you know what I'm saying? Like this
is good music.
It's good music. Like it was good to see. It's good to hear Jeezy like do his thing or whatnot. Like niggas want me to kill Jeezy. I was like I'm not gonna kill him. I don't think it's a trash album. Like
Jeezy out here doing his thing.
It is what it is, man. Like how you feel about Rhapsody album?
Rhapsody album is real good. Real good. I fuck with it. I fuck with her first album, so I didn't expect nothing less. So the features that she had on, like that Queen Latifah feature she had on there, that shit was fire. So Yeah, man. And we got some more music coming at the end of this year, dog. 2019 and then fourth quarter, crazy. Like as far
Who
as
dropping
music.
fourth quarter?
Man, Ye dropping.
Oh
Wayne
yeah,
dropping.
Ye dropping. Wayne
Pusha
dropping again?
dropping. Yup. It's called Funeral.
Oh okay.
Drake supposedly supposed to be dropping. I'm missing somebody. Wale's supposed to be dropping.
Wale dropping.
So yeah, man.
Quiet
fourth
as kept.
quarter-
Wale been dropping some good music lately
Hell
too.
yeah, like that nigga been killing.
He been
lately.
killing. He been doing this thing. And people, I mean, I
Like we
get-
always say, man, Wale had his you know, his slip ups, but dog been doing his thing.
That's what I'm
absolutely.
saying. So I get where Wale be coming from as far as like not getting his recognition because I don't really see like the masses really like. And hold on, I can't even say the masses because people like me and you like that listen to like music period, like they giving him his roses, but like
We held him accountable too.
yeah, but it's
But
like
for the most part, like he's been a solid artist.
yeah, he's been a solid artist. So you know, I want to see Wale win. So you know, his music been pretty good. I haven't seen that Ye track list that everybody's been speaking on.
Yeah, I seen it. I got it actually.
But supposedly he did drop a track list, so it's an album.
Kim
coming?
put it out,
Oh, Kim put it out. All right,
but
so,
it's official. So let me see. I had a screenshot. I must have deleted it. I think she posted it. Actually, no. So I'm gonna have to go back to the messages. But yeah, it's coming out September 27th,
okay.
and it's called Jesus is King. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tracks, which is good. I like a little 11 to
Yeah, keep
14.
it. You know, keep it easy to digest,
Yeah,
man. Shit. Well, so basically that Yandi shit really was like a real leak then, because he
Yeah, it was
he ain't
really-
even going forward with none of that.
Yeah, because even Pusha T talked about it. He was like, how he ain't like that shit because, you know, it takes away from what we got built up for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I get. what
There's
he's
been a
saying.
few leaks in the past that I really ain't had, like, bruh. I always said, I already think this album is a classic, the Carter 3. But if the leak didn't have, like, if Gossip, I'm Me,
Oh, yeah,
and all that shit was
yeah.
on Carter 3.
Bro, if I'm Me was on the original Carter 3 like how it was supposed to be,
Hey, man, we gonna have to have a conversation.
bruh,
We would have had the conversation about probably one of the greatest rap albums of all time.
bruh.
With Gossip and I'm Me? If I'm Me and Gossip
If
is on
I'm
the
Me
Carter
and-
3.
if- no,
come
just
on, dog.
Gossip is fire, but if I'm Me
Dog.
never got leaked and was
Dog.
on the original Carter 3,
You had to have a
bruh,
conversation. We had to have a
what,
conversation.
wasn't a Millie was on it, bruh.
Cause you got to figure how and where it was gonna be placed on that album too. It's like, bro, like, come on, dog. You had to have a conversation.
That strike me as an intro, honestly.
Which one?
I'm Me.
Yeah, I can see it being the intro.
Oh my god.
And then like you with the beat, like I can see like Gossip being like in between like Dr. Carter or Mr. Carter somewhere in there. Like, come on, dog. Like we would have had it would have been a different conversation about that album. Niggas say it's not a classic. I think it's a classic. So yeah.
No, Carter
but
3 is a classic.
Niggas say it's not a classic.
Why?
They just say it was just a good album.
All right, man. That's one thing people gotta stop trying to rewrite history, bro. Like
Shit is a classic.
that shit's a classic, bro. It's not even just on some fan. Like I'm a Wayne fan.
No, that album.
It's a classic,
yeah,
bro. Like,
I'm still listening to that today.
like it's a classic, man. Like
Yeah.
let's not try to. Like, let's stop doing that type of shit.
yeah, man.
man.
It's a lot of these. Late Registration had like it's 14th year anniversary or some shit. 15. Is
Yeah,
15
yeah.
or 14?
14.
Dog. I don't believe it's been 14 years.
That's wild, right?
I don't believe it's been 14 years. I feel like it's been 10, 9.
Nah, it's,
And
time,
Late
bruh.
Registration is still aged great for like dog. Like that album was crazy. Some niggas say that's his best album,
Late Registration.
but I don't. But it's definitely in the top tier.
It's in the top tier.
In
It's
that
definitely in the top
definitely.
tier.
But it's not his best. It's not his best. But yeah, great album.
Out of that trilogy, what's the best?
Graduation, man.
Graduation.
Out that trilogy, Graduation.
Graduation
man,
was the most
special.
yes,
But
that's just
College Dropout is special as fuck too, though.
That's what I'm saying. All them shit special for their own
But
reasons.
Graduation, come on, dog.
That's why I don't.
That shit is special.
I honestly can't.
It'd be hard to pick.
I can't really. It's hard to really like pick, man. Like them. Those are all like very special bodies of work, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like Graduation, like when that time Graduation came out, Like that was a very good time, bro. Like period. Like that just was a good time.
That was like my junior year, and then like that was '07. Like that was just a great put together album.
Yeah,
like,
it
we
was.
played that shit straight through. But late registration, that shit was fucking fire too.
Yeah. So let's get into this DeMarcus Cousins situation, man. DeMarcus Cousins currently has an arrest warrant. Has he turned himself in or anything?
I'm not sure. A nigga just posted on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, he
so
did.
I don't
He's
know.
been active on social media, bro. Like I saw him.
Nigga
tweet-
posted a Nipsey clip. So.
Yeah, he did post a Nipsey clip, like yo, like the one he was talking about. They basically asked him. They was asking Nipsey about the caution. He was basically like, you gotta let certain people self-destruct on their own. That's what he basically was like. It's another cryptic message. So, it came out, you know, with DeMarcus getting married last week. Shout out to him on his new union. But it came out, you know, after what was going on. His baby moms supposedly sold this clip to TMZ, and it basically had him arguing with her because he wanted his son in the wedding, and she was keeping his son out the wedding. But from the phone call, from the clip, to me, it sounded like she was kind of antagonizing this man. Like she was like, "So what you gonna do about it? Like what you gonna do about it? Like, you know, kind of
She
like
said that on the phone call.
Yeah, it wasn't that verbatim, but the language it was like antagonizing.
Yeah, like it's unfortunate. Like he was out of pocket for what he said.
Yeah, he's out of pocket.
What's out is out. You know what I'm saying? For him saying that, like, yeah, he definitely wilding for saying that shit. But it's like, you know, it's the other side too with her setting him up.
Yeah,
recording it.
yeah,
It's
like
she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, exactly. So
She
I'm
wanted
not
to expose him.
in me saying that. Yeah,
And
exactly.
then to get it to TMZ,
Yeah.
we know what's going on.
I'm not saying DeMarcus is innocent in no way in this. Like he definitely is wild. You gotta.
No, he gotta be held accountable.
Yeah, you gotta be held accountable. You have to have way more composure than that, especially dealing with situations like that. Like I get it, you want your child in a wedding, like that's a very special moment for you, but you can't fall for that type of bait, bro. Like you can't do it, man. Like you just can't, man. Like that girl had that phone propped up, like recording that shit. Like that shit was it was going down, bro. That footage was getting turned in. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, wow. I feel the man can't catch a break, and he just got married. Literally just got married last Saturday.
Just got married, like
tore his ACL.
a week old.
It's like every
marriage,
time
bro.
you tore his ACL, but you got married. Now you got this shit. It's like every time you take a
it's
step
peaks
forward,
and
take a step-
valleys,
yeah.
bro.
It's literally peaks and valleys.
It's peaks
with
and
DeMarcus.
valleys with DeMarcus, but I want bro to catch a break. 'Cause that's one of my favorite players, man. Like
Yeah, Boogie definitely one of my favorite, probably all time. Like I just
no,
fuck
seriously,
with him.
like
No, for real. Like I fuck with Boogie. Like his skill set as a big man, like him and AD damn near had the same skill set as a big man, and like
Yeah.
the center position, like they ushered in like that new type of can score from anywhere, can
Shoot.
get the ball, shoot,
Run the
off
court.
the dribble, like
Dude, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, man, I
Game
just want to see
changers, man.
DeMarcus. Yeah, I just want to see DeMarcus rise from this shit, man.
Yeah, man. So moving on, man. It's been a week since Andrew Luck suddenly has retired from the NFL. My bad, Drew. We gotta cover this, man.
That shit was wild.
I ain't get to
man.
talk to you because y'all's you know you
Down
was
to
doing
Panama
your
doing
thing.
your thing, man.
But how did you take the news when the news broke? Because I was watching the Miami and Florida game, and it was like a breaking news. Everything started hitting my phone. It hit the ticker. How did you feel, my brother? How did you take that? Like, what was in the mind of the top shotter?
Well, for one, we was at dinner in Panama, and there was a whole show going on.
Right.
And I just straight threw my phone on the table, and two look at me like, "What the fuck wrong with you, dog?" I said, "Nigga, Andrew Luck just retired, nigga." He said, "What?" I said, "Bruh." Like,
Man,
Yo,
bro.
my nigga put his head down for the rest of that fucking dinner, dog, and everybody was trying to cheer him up. Like, that's the wildest shit we heard. Like, this nigga came out of nowhere and retired, right? 3 hours later, Dash is turning up, partying, just looking at me. Man, I can't believe that nigga retired, man.
So this nigga, like knowing he part. That's like the person be at a party. You know, they probably having a good
And
time.
it
They
just
just
hit 'em
thinking
out of
about
nowhere, like-
life. They think about shit that's going on in their life.
He's having a great time.
Like, damn, this man really retired. You know you got to go home and deal with that shit.
Right,
bruh,
right.
like my phone booming and shit. I'm like, bruh, like I got bars for this shit later. Like I couldn't even
I
like.
was gonna call. I was like, nah, that. I'm gonna let that. I'm gonna let
I mean,
that.
so
Nah,
like,
you know?
that
what's
shit-
your outtake? Like, what's your take on this whole shit?
it stems back to a lot, actually. I mean, you really want to? I can run this shit down.
You said you had
Hey,
balls.
man,
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to get on.
Bro, the floor is yours.
Okay.
The floor is
All right.
yours.
So let's start with the owner, bitch ass Jim Irsay. Fuck you, first of all. And for me, like I said, always we should have kept Peyton Manning. Like that whole letting him go
You feel like y'all ran Peyton out of there to
for Andrew Luck. Now look at how this shit turns out. You know what I'm saying? The man retires at 29. You let Peyton go. Peyton goes and get a ring, and within 2 years of him, letting him go,
right.
then it goes to Jim Irsay keeping Ryan Gritson, which was our general manager, which he was a fucking idiot. Like, if you was a name player, he was getting you. Like that's it. Like there was no building, no team, no building. Like team chemistry on the Colts was like -10. Like had to be because it was just a bunch of we grabbed like half of the Eagle squad coming off of their good year that they had. What year was this? This was probably like what year was that the Eagles ran and grabbed like every named person?
2011.
That was
Yeah, and okay. So after that failed for the Eagles, we went and grabbed half of the players of named players. Like that had didn't fit our team at all. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, we're gonna
Tried to make some shit.
yeah, like they said, Super Bowl or bust, basically. You know what I'm saying? Which was a dumb idea. Chuck Pagano, he went through his whole chemo and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was just really a lot of bad decisions on the behalf of the Colts as far as protecting Andrew Luck. If this is your premier guy, offensive line should have been the number one thing that you were worrying about.
he got
Not
his ass
grabbing,
whooped, bro.
not grabbing these. What's that boy name from? He played for the Giants. Hakeem Nicks.
I remember that.
Like what? What are y'all? What is Hakeem Nicks gonna? He's not a Super Bowl contender wide receiver. Like this. That's why are we grabbing niggas like this instead of an offensive line? You know what I mean? So now we finally have an offensive line. Shit is working. But Andrew Luck is at this time. He's like, I've been beat to hell. Like the most hit quarterback, the most sack quarterback, the most rushed quarterback. Like, come on, bro. It's enough is enough.
That lacerated kidney shit is wild to me, bro.
1000%.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, that's been common amongst a lot of, not a lot, but most of the time I hear lacerated kidney, it be from the quarterback. Like
Yeah.
Chris Sims from Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He had that shit when
They
he
be
was at
getting
Tampa.
slammed and all that shit, bro. Like that shit crazy, bro.
That
Like,
shit just sad though, because y'all really did get along now to protect him.
And it's crazy. He got comeback player of the year only for this man to walk away
The
from
only
the game.
thing I don't agree with the whole thing is the timing. So I can understand why the fans reacted the way they did in that time.
they thinking they
Overall,
about to go
I
into
wouldn't.
the season with their quarterback.
Yeah, overall, I wouldn't have booed the man, but I get it in the moment. Like it's 2 weeks before the fucking season, bro.
Yeah.
Like you wildin', like for real.
Yeah.
I get it if it's like you just finished or we about to go into mini camp. I understand it then. Like you can't.
I think
2
that
weeks?
I think that when he tweaked that ankle, I think he was like, man.
But it wasn't even
Nah,
an
man.
ankle. It started off saying that it was an ankle, but then it was like something's wrong with his bone. Like
Yeah,
that's
the bone,
Yeah,
yeah.
the development of his bone is fucked. So
He
that,
probably was like, man.
nah, like, I can't do this shit no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like,
saying? Like and
Andrew
then
Luck has been through a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
He's not no little dude, man. He's
Yeah.
6'4",
That's what I'm
about
saying.
240.
I ain't gonna hold that man because the man,
For him to get beat up like that at that size, it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
tough dude.
he's
man.
a tough dude. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, dog, I can show you my Galaxy Note 2. That phone went through hell, dog. Like I straight threw that shit against a wall in King Street Bar and Grill, bro. I've been fucking shitting. Like it was like straight like 3 and out of sacks. Like, nigga, how is your quarterback getting sacked 3 times in a row and then we punt, come back on, same shit again, sacked 3 times? Like, bro, I was livid, bro. But that shit, like for me, I go hard for my team. You know what I'm saying? Like I
you
love the
should.
Coast Nation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
That's
just
why
to
we
see
spaz
that,
the way we do.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
That's
that
why
shit,
we spaz the way we do.
that shit just to me, like, really, like you're putting. I mean, honestly, but when they broke down the numbers of how many times Brissett has been getting the rep, like he's had like over 2,000 snaps since OTAs. You know what I'm saying? With the number one squad. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely in play for Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence, fam.
I mean,
I'm telling you that right now.
I feel that also,
Yeah.
but I
It's
hope
coming.
not.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
he-
can't come out till 2021.
Yeah, but that's I don't see that happening.
He's a sophomore.
I think y'all gonna be straight.
I think we're gonna be good. Also, I mean, thanks, Mo. You know what I mean, for your Wolfpack member of Brissett. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know,
I wish we would have kept him on.
Jimmy is now running.
I ain't gonna shit on Mans, but he ain't no franchise quarterback. He a manager.
He's not.
He's a manager.
He's not.
He's a manager.
And honestly, like, you know, I like Brissett's decision making. You know what I mean?
But it's gonna come a time where y'all gonna have to address the franchise quarterback situation.
Well, you know, hopefully Brissett can take this and run it like Jimmy running the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's also both of them sat behind Tom Brady. Which, you know, I feel like, honestly, if Andrew Luck sat 2 years behind Peyton Manning, he wouldn't be retiring right now.
Y'all not paying Brissett $28 million a season.
We're not. But that's the good thing about it. But we have the money to do whatever. Like, we have the fucking cap space to do whatever.
I feel like it's, to me, you hate to go through it as a fan because I went through it post Jake Delhomme. You're going to have to sacrifice to get your quarterback. I hate it. But unless you have somebody like you're in a position like what I noticed what the Broncos do, they don't never address ever since John Elway has left, they never really addressed the franchise quarterback situation.
Yeah.
So what they MO is running backs, defense.
And we'll figure the quarterback shit out.
And we'll get the quarterback shit figured out. If they could get somebody on their tail end or somebody they'll do it. They struck gold with Peyton Manning for 4 years. They got one Super Bowl. They wanted more. They got one. Now they got Joe Flacco. They kind of somewhat do it, getting the quarterback in the late round, but they never really forego it. Just some other teams like us, like we drafted Jimmy Clausen in the second round. We didn't do shit with him. We had Matt Moore the year before that. Thought he was going to be something, didn't do shit. And then we get Cam. Like, so you kind of... You either go the route of building up your defense and, you know, plugging other things in and just getting a quarterback in. It just goes, what's your makeup of your team, or what's your organization mental? Do you want to sacrifice a season for a franchise quarterback for 10 plus 15 years, or do you want to just go ahead and build otherwhere and get somebody in who could just manage the shit? It's one of those.
It comes down to the GM too.
It does, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
Patriots and Green Bay got lucky to where we didn't have to go through that. Looking for the quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking for the quarterback shit.
And
Actually, y'all did it too.
see, like the Vikings, they ain't never really addressed their quarterback situation.
nah, they haven't.
That's what's holding them back.
That's what holding them back. But honestly, like, I think Brissett, he fits the coast. Like, it's no huge chip on his shoulder to be like Andrew Luck. He can truly.
No, definitely not now, because y'all had Super Bowl expectations.
Yeah,
with Luck.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, now it's kind of like what to expect, because honestly, I was hyped in charge 2 weeks ago.
I put to you like this: as a fan, I'd say we started out the season 1-5, 2010, right? Then we went to 1-6. I'm like, all right, bro, like enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't tanking, but it was just like, okay, there's nothing to play for. And then I remember, and this is so crazy how funny life works, because it's like, I remember at the end of that season, Jerry Richardson already had came out, GM already came out, hey, Andrew Luck come out, we're getting him. I wanted him. You know what I'm saying? He decided to go back to school, he got Cam. So it's and I'm not knocking Andrew Luck for what he's done. He's been a great quarterback in his career. He's got fucking beat up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. I can't,
unfortunately, like,
looking
he's been
back at it, I
for
can't
what he's
hold him
done with
out,
the
like, you know what I'm
Colts,
saying?
and that's why I kind of battle with the whole Peyton Manning thing, because it's like, okay, you would have had Peyton for 4 more years. You had Andrew for what, 6? He didn't play 1 full season, and it's like, I get it, but nobody expected this getting him. So I understand the risk and reward with the whole thing.
The whole thing was
because who else would you had gotten since 2012? You get what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. Like, I'm fine with getting how we got Andrew Luck, but my whole thing was keeping Peyton Manning so Andrew Luck can develop behind Peyton Manning. No, but
I get it. Because,
but
I get
this
what
is
you're
the
saying,
thing.
but
Like,
he wasn't that quarterback.
Yeah,
he was the automatic franchise. Get him in.
Yeah,
but he lived up to it.
He came out throwing nothing but picks, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, to minimize the dumb shit that Andrew Luck was doing the first 2-3 years of his career.
And I also see what he did against the Chiefs.
1,000%.
And I saw him get to the playoffs his rookie year.
Yeah. But also,
I also saw him get to the
threw
championship game the year before. Yeah, he threw a lot of picks.
Yeah.
And a lot of that gets overshadowed, but it's just like, to me, he wasn't he wasn't Kirk Cousins with the turnovers.
Heard.
And what I mean by that is, he compensated with him being in certain positions and winning games.
Yeah.
It wasn't consistent.
Late in the game, you're not going to throw a Kirk Cousins pass.
That's what I'm saying. Like Andrew would throw picks, but a lot of his picks wasn't game decision picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so like when Andrew Luck, like, like I heard it. I kind of felt bad for him because like I could see when he was on that podium, like he really, really wants to play.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I don't think he's one of those guys who, like, I think he fucked up with his timing. Like to do it 2 weeks. I tell you right now, Cam Newton was retired 2 weeks before the season. I'm shitting. Point blank. Period. Niggas can sit up here and be fake and say they wouldn't be. I'd be shitting at that nigga, but I get it. But 2 weeks before the season, I could get people in the moment being like, "Damn, bro, like what the fuck, like." 2 weeks?
Yeah, we right here. Like
we right here, like, fam. Like, you
this supposed to be the turnaround season.
Yeah.
Like,
if you come to me before training camp.
But look how hard that decision probably been, though.
No, it was hard.
And that's
what I'm saying. Like, I understand it because for Andrew Luck to be as tough as he is, because I remember I seen this man in college lower the shoulder, run over defenders.
Truck
I seen
niggas,
him lower the shoulder and tackle people after a pick. Like, he's a tough dude. And his injuries, like, even before he retired, I'm like, damn, this man playing with this.
Broken ribs.
So for him to step away, his body had to be fucked up.
And I there's nothing I can take away from Andrew Luck. You know, I thank him for, the years that he was there. But
he might come back.
He might, but then again, he might not. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly, I trust Chris Ballard, our new general manager.
But
I do trust him.
I don't want the organization. If I'm a Colts fan, I don't want them to hold out hope that he's coming back.
I've
don't bank on that.
I'm not. I can't. You know what I mean? Like the season's here, especially fucking drafting. You know what I mean? Like with fantasy football and shit. Like that shit. It put us a whole damp on how we even drafted. You know what I mean?
Brandon Weeden as the backup, fam.
No, we did not sign Brandon Weeden, though. We have Chad Kelly. We only have one backup.
Y'all
That's Chad
like
Kelly.
3 of them boys.
Just Brock Osweiler was one of them that we just had come in. Yeah.
Hey, one thing I say about John Elway, and he don't know anything. He know fucking quarterbacks. He knew not to pay Brock Osweiler that money. Texans gave that man 70-something million and got his ass out of there.
Ski mask.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm not even gonna trip. I'm happy damn Clowney's on the other side of the world, goddamn, so we don't have to see this nigga twice a season.
Oh,
Especially
boy, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Now
Clowney
he's
with
in
the
our
Seahawks.
conference. I gotta see that motherfucker.
He's a Seahawk now, right?
Yep. So I'm glad about that because Brissett against Clowney and JJ Watt, like, nah, bro, that shit's unfair. Like I don't even want to see that shit, bro. Yeah, we're straight. We're straight.
Just gotta win games.
I had y'all winning, but now I got the Jags.
I can't even knock that. Like I can't. I have nothing to say.
And if I'm
got nothing to say.
What Foles has done, I have no reason not to trust him in this
1,000%. But also,
and Deshaun Watson just got Kenny Stills.
when we picked up Brissett, he got thrown into a situation of battling.
That man face when Andrew Luck, what it looked like Andrew Luck told him he was retiring. He was like,
nigga, what? Like, yeah, nigga, you're tripping. But Andrew Luck, like, what was you thinking to be out there and for them, like, how that announcement dropped for the Colts fan?
The timing was
we
crazy.
lost the preseason game, and it's like, nigga, how do you do it this way? Like
how you do it this way?
In the middle of the, like, we're playing. Like, I'm telling you, I'm like, dog, we're playing right now. How the fuck do you announce that you're retiring around? Your team is out here battling on the fucking field right now, and you're gonna just up and retire? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whack thing. I understand, like, he got a new jet. You know what I'm saying? Like, all kind of like family shit that he's ready to start. He's done a lot for Indianapolis, but truly, dog, like,
yeah,
he's not
that go back to what Toon said. It's like for him to step away in that manner, it had to be.
It has to be. Yeah.
It had to have been real hard for him to. But like, damn, no, like I had to step away. Like,
it might be time, bro.
Well, them power rankings dropped so quick, bro. Like them
Vegas odds, nigga. Them Vegas odds dropped y'all from like 7-1 Super Bowl favorites to like 16 or some shit.
Hey, I'm still gonna say we're gonna make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? As far as we're gonna go in the playoffs, I don't know. Like, I don't know, but I would love to see Brissett versus Tom Brady. I ain't gonna lie, I want to see that shit, bro.
And what, the playoffs?
Huh? Yes, sir.
No, you got to get past the wild card round.
Oh, nigga,
you got to make the playoffs
hey,
first.
Man, let me pop my collar, goddamn. Like, I'm going through a struggling time right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me have some kind of hope. But I do want to. I think I don't know.
Some of that's emotion driven, but I get it.
Hey man,
I'll let
our,
you get it.
our defense looks good.
I had to
You know
tell
what I'm
Ralph
saying?
that the other day. Ralph was like, "Yo,
Yeah,
Mike,
Ralph was taking that shit.
he's like, Mike, we
crazy.
still gonna cut y'all last week 16." I'm like, "Fam,
No,
you
y'all not.
running off emotions.
I don't
ain't
know.
even gonna hold you."
How are you even gonna look week 16, bro? Like,
It's,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey man, one
the
day
sky's the limit, but the ceiling's also a limit within the sky. So you gotta look at this shit like realistically at the same time. And I'm not even trying to like be on some bashful shit.
Oh, I've
but
been there because I was one of the ones like Matt Moore gonna get us to the playoffs. Jake DeLone. We got Jimmy Clausen, second round pick. I know he from Notre Dame, but he looked promising. He got a strong arm. Like we gonna be. Nah, Cam.
I
was the
remember when
rest
Jake
of the season.
DeLone came to Drayton Hall, dog. I was like, dog, you suck. Like niggas would
Hey,
tell.
I remember that, bro. I remember that, bro. I don't think I was at Drayton Hall
Jake.
around that time, but I remember
Jake got
him
his
coming.
bread too.
Yeah, he did.
Jake
He
right
most
down there in
definitely did,
Louisiana
man.
doing this thing, but it's like, man, that whole shit, man. Season start next week, man. Trying to figure out why the NFL decided to put the Packers and Bears on Thursday Night Football.
Cause they
Like,
think rivalries are still around.
dog, nobody cares about the Bears and Packers rivalry fans.
They don't
Only
even
the
care about
Bears
that.
and Packer fans care
I
about
don't
that
even
shit.
they care about that shit no more.
And to be honest with you, that's not even the biggest rivalry in that division. It's the Vikings and Packers. They the ones who be fighting for that division.
Yeah, but we're only saying this for our time. You know, they're going to.
My nigga, this is not 1941 with Mike Dicker, man. Like, nah,
we don't
bro.
have milkmen anymore,
Gail
guys.
Sayers is not coming through them doors,
Like,
fam.
y'all, I don't even be hating Bears, fan. Like y'all don't even be like that.
No, that's how I be feeling about certain teams in my division. Like, I could give a fuck about Tampa Bay. I go down to Tampa Bay games before, and like, you know, I ain't talking trash with y'all. But Atlanta, I got a serious hate, deep rooted hate for Atlanta. New Orleans, I got a respect / hate for them.
Well,
I don't really got shit to say, but I can't say shit about Drew Brees. Like,
dog,
there's
me and
nothing I can say.
Tim, went down to Green Bay and Atlanta game, and these niggas, dog, those fans were trash.
Bro, they
dog.
trash, fam.
Like
They trash.
They was like, we're gonna melt that cheese. We gonna melt that cheese. Yeah, man, listen.
But Atlanta
that
did win that
cheese.
game though.
Melt that cheese.
Yeah. Dog,
Hey,
that's
bro,
a-
quit
But
talking to
don't
me,
want to
bro.
do that shit. Like, I done had to do a walk of shame at my own stadium when they beat us 2016 when Matt Ryan was MVP. Like, but I take it on the chin, like, cause I popped my shit. But it's like with Atlanta, what I really didn't like Atlanta is how the whole Mike Vick shit went down. That's when I really didn't start. That's when I really started not fucking with them. How they did them, and then the aftermath. It's like, bro, like. Y'all popping shit like y'all in the same fucking boat we in. What are you talking about? Then that stretch when we won the division 3 years in a row, it's like, dog, y'all forgot we went up there and cut y'all ass in your house for the division. So it's just like, I never fuck with Atlanta. I don't really have a beef with. I never really had a beef with Tampa Bay. I don't really have a necessarily beef with New Orleans. The thing that pisses me off with my team and with the Saints and Falcons is I know we're better than them, and we lose games. We ain't supposed to lose to these niggas. Like, if we lose a game in Tampa Bay, I ain't gonna be mad. It's like, hey, every dog have his. We've been cutting y'all ass for years. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna. But Atlanta and New Orleans, it's like, dog, I just gotta get it how I can until Drew Brees get the fuck up out of there. And he turned 40 this year, so it's like he trying to do the Tom Brady shit. So I'm just gonna have to deal with that shit. But
I don't.
The best division though. It'll always be one.
easy. Dog, somebody was telling me the other day. I mean, y'all division ain't the best. It's the NFC East. I was like, no, the fuck
Nah,
it's
it's
not.
not. It's
We
not.
have the best division in football. Not even on no, and I don't fuck like it's
Nah,
just a
not even
realistic
on no
thing.
fan shit. Like y'all do have the best.
Like,
division.
dog, like-
It's one or the other always wins.
Yeah.
3 of the teams went to the playoffs just a few years back.
right.
We was 11-5. It was a wild card.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I always have to worry about these two other teams. Like somebody said, the AFC West, fam. The Broncos and the Raiders ain't shit. It's the Chargers and Chiefs. What are you talking about?
That's why it's new to me. I never had to worry, but I was like, man, Green Bay gonna make the playoffs. Fuck it. But now Vikings.
And that's the sense. That's the comfortability y'all have as fans within y'all respective division. Is like the Lions had a season when they was, but it's like, nah, dog. It's like the Vikings, Packers.
Right.
The Bears are starting to come up, true indeed, but don't get it fucked up. Aaron Rodgers still like, yeah, he had a down year last year. Yeah, the ultimate luxury. You see what I'm saying?
You
But
don't even gotta watch your regular season, man.
it is
I
what
watch
it
it for
is.
my own, but I don't really be worried about my division at all.
And
period. Like,
you know, what's so crazy too. Like, even if I look at even if they're not in my division, I always have to worry about Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? I always have to worry about Drew Brees. Like I have to worry about golf now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Russell Wilson. Like I always had to worry about these teams in the NFC. Like it's hard pressed to make the playoffs in the fucking NFC.
Right.
It's very, but this season right here, like with everything and how, dog, it's a lot of shit. Like Dallas is gonna be good, Philly's gonna be good, Atlanta, New Orleans, Green Bay, Chicago, like the Rams, Niners might be good with Jimmy, Seattle. Like dog,
That's another thing. Like when I think people, it's funny to trip off Dallas and all, but Dallas ain't gonna be no hoes this year, bro.
nah, not this year. No.
Like,
No,
so-
they was. I can say since they got Dak, they've been pretty much in the running. I can't even front on them boys, and their defense got better.
Yeah, their defense was good.
I
so-
hate them niggas though.
Yeah.
I hate them niggas. But like I predicted, like I want my heart wants a Panthers, Eagles, or Cowboys NFC Championship. Like for me to put the Cowboys up there, I'm like I know them niggas is gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't no hoes. Now I just hate the fucking team. You know what I'm saying? But it's like okay, in the back of my mind, I know I got the Rams, I got Seattle, possibly the 4, and I played the Rams week 1. I played that whole division this year, so it's like man, my whole thing with my squad is I know what it is going into the season. If Cam's shoulder does not hold up, it's time to move on.
That's where you at with Cam Newton right now.
That's why I'm at with Cam Newton. It can't be no more of this. It's just realistic because when you continuously have shoulder surgery,
Yeah, it's-
you're
it's
fucking
some-
with the
yeah,
cartilage.
yeah.
So then at that point, you breaking that down, and now you got bone against bone. So what are we doing? You see what I'm saying? And it's your throwing arm. So like it's like, what do we like? It's nothing else that we need to be talking about. Like I can't like Aaron Rodgers. Like this man always getting his fucking shoulder fucked up. You see what I'm saying? But he's still out there. Fortunately, he don't really got too much cartilage damage for him to keep coming back how he does.
When AR playing like an injured shoulder, he don't play. Cam still be playing. AR only.
Yeah, he know.
And the thing with AR, it don't be his throwing arm. It always be that
he
left
catch
side.
that break. He do catch a break
He catch
on
a
that.
break with that left side. So it's like with Cam with his throw. But this what he say. He say he feel like how he felt when he was a rookie. I think it's bullshit. I think he just shooting shit. But he don't know his body. He know his body more than anybody. So Cam say he feel great. Kudos to the doctor, Dr. Andrews. I salute you. So that's why we got too much talent not to be at least in the tournament. That's where I'm at with it. Get me in the tournament, fam.
Yo, this nigga know the doctor of this team. Y'all niggas don't know the doctors of y'all team, man.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know no medical staff for the Patriots, bro. But
I know because this nigga's always in the headlines
he
for that
always
shit.
in the headlines.
But he's
He
been
is.
doing our team surgeries since I've been a kid. So that's when he always in the news. Like every time a player go for surgery, it's Dr. James Aaron, Dr. James Aaron, Dr. James Aaron. So that's the reason why I know it. So
bro, rich,
yes,
bro,
super,
rich, bro.
super rich, and he just don't do surgeries for just. Our
That's what I'm
team,
saying. Like that's not just for the Panthers, bro, rich, bro.
What's your record, Mike? The week before football, you gotta put it out there now.
I say 9-7, missing the playoffs. But I want more. But I'm not gonna be emotionally invested like how I was last year, because we was rolling and then shit went downhill. And like if I'm going based off of those expectations I had last year, I be setting myself up for hurt if I do that again this
So
year.
you putting it at a realistic free. So you're not giving yourself a chance to oversell.
Right.
Bingo.
I got you.
What about you, Mo?
Man, 13-3.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 12-4. I'm gonna say 13. I'm gonna say 12-4. I will say I'm kind of disappointed that we cut Demaryius Thomas. He looked really good for us in the preseason. And
I
that
started to say you something yesterday. It was funny as fuck. Talk about it wasn't love. Gotta keep the room for white wide receivers. That shit was.
No,
That shit was hilarious.
but I mean,
Just
a
a little jab. That's all.
Yeah, I get it.
That shit was funny.
I feel like with us getting
But y'all got Josh Gordon,
But-
so it's like
but
it's
still
a room
we-
for Demaryius Thomas. I fuck with Josh Gordon.
But we could have kept that vet presence, man. Like Demaryius Thomas looked good in the preseason. Like he looked very good. So having him, Edelman, and Josh, that would have been a nice rotation. Like you know what I'm saying. But ultimately, Bill Belichick always got a plan for this shit. So like I always hold on to this quote. He said this shit a few years ago. He was like, one thing about it, you always gotta have a short-term plan, long-term plan. So obviously he ain't fit into either one of those plans.
Bruh.
So
If one thing I can't do with Bill Belichick, because I question some of his moves.
I can never
But
like
one thing I know for sure, he know when a player time is up
Yeah.
and who not.
Yeah.
Prime example, Stephon Gilmore.
yeah.
When he signed Stephon Gilmore to that big contract, I said, I know, because he don't usually pay DBs
he don't
like that.
pay nigga. He don't.
And look what this man was rated the highest corner this year. I said, boy, Stephon, because he brought out the potential in him. He put him in the right
Put him
situation.
in the right spots.
And then I saw when I thought Malcolm Butler was going to be good. This man is ass in Tennessee.
And you know,
Brandon Browner,
but
Darrell Revis, he let them boy walk after he get a ring after them. And look what happened.
But you know, with the Malcolm Butler situation, like he felt a lot of scrutiny behind that Malcolm Butler
He
shit.
did.
Remember?
He did for letting that man go and bench him in the Super Bowl.
But even with Darrell Revis, I was like, bro, why we let Darrell walk and
look what happened.
Darrell did his thing with us. If we let him go back to New
look
York
what happened.
and the nigga was getting ate alive. It was no more. It was no more
Like
Revis Island.
Belichick knows. He know when a player time is up.
Man's
like,
a Jedi, man. The man's a Jedi.
Right, he's the greatest coach of all time.
I'm a cop the sleeveless Pages hoodie this year. You know, I'm gonna do the Belichick hoodie this year, but you know, I gotta give it up to that man. Like you right, like he do know. He know, man.
For him to hold on to Josh Gordon, come on now. Like he know. Cause any other coach, like for how Belichick moved, for him not to cut Josh Gordon, tells me I know Josh Gordon still got it.
Yeah, because we've had some good receivers come throughout Belichick tenure, and he did not give up on Josh Gordon, bro.
Shit, we just released Torrey Smith, but I saw that coming.
Oh, word.
So we got DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, which I'm looking forward to. Call me biased, I think that duo is going to be dangerous this year. Chris Hogan from New England.
Yeah.
And
I like Chris Hogan. We let Hogan
But as far as
walk.
like vet receiver on my team, I love Jairus Wright. He does everything you're supposed to do as a third guy on the team, bringing up young. Like he does everything he's supposed to do that's the guy we've been missing from our team as far as like a vet leader, not the number one, but who's just gonna come in on third down, get the first down, do the right things. Like, but he was under North Turner in Minnesota, so I salute North Turner for that. And I don't have no beef with nobody on my staff. I had a beef with my DC because I felt like Ron was holding on to somebody who's his friend versus doing what's best for the team. And Eric Washington this year, hey, bro, you get no passes. No pass. These niggas experiment with this 3-4 shit. It look like it's going to be our staple. So I'm telling you right now, if this 3-4 shit ain't panning out, go back to what the fuck works, bro. We ain't got time. We got too many pass rushes. I only have
y'all can't be getting caught up on that 3-4, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Middle, right?
You got two inside linebackers, so it's going to be Bruce Irvin, Mario Addison, Shaq, and Luke Kuechly. And I love Shaq. And
so y'all just gonna be running three on the line.
yeah, Poe is gonna be the NT, but the thing is, I don't think Don Terry Poe is built to be no NT. But they say they like what he's in. Kawan and McCoy from Tampa Bay is gonna be on the. And I like my secondary. My secondary is straight. My nickel, we finally got Cornell out of here, fam.
I saw a rumor they were saying that we looking at LaShawn McCoy, and I'm like,
he signed with the Chiefs.
oh, he signed with the Chiefs. Oh, okay, all right.
Hey, come on, Andy Reid, Shady. Come on, man. I saw that coming.
We
To
You said y'all
6-10.
y'all at least a wild card team, right?
Yeah.
Don't lie, fam.
All right.
Don't lie.
You sticking with?
Mike,
Hold on now.
Mike,
Hold
let
on.
me live,
He
goddamn.
lying, dog. He lying.
Shoot him some bail.
He
Shoot him
lying.
some bail.
Don't move off emotion. Don't do
Mike,
Be
all
real.
right. Now I'm getting hype about week
Are you-
16.
listen,
I mean 14.
I don't want
yeah.
that. I don't want that.
that. Bro, I said we was gonna be 9-7, missing the playoffs.
You can.
Bro, I seen
Well,
y'all
not-
schedule
not-
too,
yeah,
Drew.
not-
Like, come on, dog. Like,
Hey, listen. I'll say 8-8.
who's y'all first 4 games? Just give me the first 4 games.
I know we got Chiefs first. Then it's
There's no way y'all play Chiefs in week 1.
not Chiefs. Chargers. We got Chargers first. That's the L.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go ahead.
All right. Week
I'm
2
gonna go ahead. Week 2 we got Tennessee. That's a dub.
division game.
Falcons, then Raiders.
Y'all could be 2-2.
That's fair.
That's fair. I give you that. Atlanta game. I don't know. Matty Ice Julio. I don't know. But the Raiders and Tennessee is very winnable with Brissett. Very winnable. Very winnable.
But then after Raiders we got Chiefs.
Woo!
So yeah.
Our first 4 is Steelers, Dolphins, Jets, and Bills.
Man, 3-1 at the worst. And that's Steelers. But that's 4-0 probably.
Nah, I would say Bills.
I was gonna go to that Redskins game because my mom stay in DC, so I was gonna go up there and knock out 2 birds. But that's yeah. So I mean, it's all good. I ain't tripping. So it's all.
Yeah,
good.
you can't miss this wedding, goddamn.
Yeah, I ain't missing this wedding. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
So it is what it is, man.
Shit, we got Rams, Bucks, Cardinals, Texans, first 4.
Is Cam starting?
That could be 3-1.
Because fantasy saying something completely
No, listen,
different.
on the road at Cardinals and Texans, trap games. I know my team, bruh. And we play Tampa Bay Thursday night.
Oh yeah.
So we play Sunday, next Sunday, then we play
Y'all
Thursday.
swing around for a Thursday. That's a short week. So
I'm scared of the Cardinals and Texans game, man. If I am, bro, I'm telling you, my team. I know my team, bro, and it's like these niggas will play down the competition. So it's like there's no reason Kyler Murray should be cutting our ass, and there's no reason Deshaun Watson. I got respect for the Texans. If we lose one of those 2, I can see us losing the Texas game. But the Cardinals game, I feel like these niggas will go in there bullshitting and not get the fucking job done. But I will say, the spot that stands out to me on my team is running back position. Because Cameron Artis-Payne is gone. We got Reggie Bonifant. We got Elijah Holyfield. And we got this dude, Jordan Scarlett from Florida, backing up McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the Jordan Scarlett kid, but I like Reggie Bonifant too. Reggie's backing up McCaffrey. I like him. And Elijah Holyfield, he ain't fast, but he could get some yards. That motherfucker run like a 840, so I ain't expecting him to, you know what, but. And then, he's Holyfield's son, so,
Yeah.
I want to see dog progress, do a little something.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting season, man. It's going to be a real good
So
season.
where you got y'all at, man?
12-4.
Nah. I'm gonna go with probably like 8-8, 9-7. I don't think we're gonna be like that, man. For real. I think
What's your question mark on your team?
Defense. It's always defense. Offense, I think we're gonna be straight. I think Matt LaFleur.
What position on defense?
The D-line. D-line, we don't get no pressure on the quarterback. That's why everybody be chewing us apart, man.
Yeah, because if you playing man-to-man, your corners can only hold up
Right,
for so
they
long.
be chewing
I
us
hate that
apart,
shit, bro. If I see a quarterback and it's man-to-man, D-line, what the fuck, bro?
Yo, no.
Like, it's only so much time you either have a coverage sack or you either have the D-line getting their sack.
Right.
Because most of the time you have coverage sacks. Like, okay, everybody's covered up. It took the D-line some time, but they got there. But if this motherfucker's sitting back there 5-6 seconds.
We have never had a coverage sack. I've never seen that in Green Bay's life, dog, except like back in the day with like Charles Woodson and Clay Matthews when they was nasty. Like we used to get sacks now, but our defense, man, I like the DBs. They're young. They get into it. But if you don't get no pressure on them, anybody gonna just stand back there and chew us apart. But so yeah, I'm gonna go with 9-7, man. And if we miss the playoff, we miss the playoff. I don't really give a
I don't think
fuck.
A-Rod going for that shit back-to-back years.
Shit.
What was y'all, 6-10 last year?
Yeah, man, we disgusting.
Them niggas lost to the Cardinals at home. I knew McCarthy was getting fired after that shit. And sure enough, he got fired right after that fucking game.
Happiest day of my life, man. Get
That nigga too said, nah, dog,
Hey,
somebody
man,
got to go.
For what it's worth, McCarthy been riding on AR coattail for a
that's
very,
all he
very
doing,
long
man. Get
time,
that
man.
nigga the fuck outta here.
So it is what it is, man. We got anything else you want to get into?
Nah,
Mike,
because
or-
I ain't getting on the nose. Taggart got to go.
Oh, turn this podcast off, my nigga. No.
Well, with that being said, if y'all hear anything on this podcast that gets you in your feelings, you feel some type of way, always remember,
With just some messages.
we out.